Hello, everyone. Welcome to Big COC Energy. I'm Zraitor, your host. Our offering for episode 28 is The Old City Parade, a Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition scenario by me. We return to Capside, USA, 1 month later after the last dance at Renault's scenario that we played back in episode 18. Here is a recap. After their mentor, Renault is found destroyed in his haven, four forced together kindred must continue on with an important party that was to be thrown there and keep up the ruse that Renault is still alive. The party was ultimately a success, but it saw many problems along the way. The guests did their best to annoy and harass the kindred through many privileged requests and antics. All throughout, the thought of the real murderer of Renaud lingered in the background, but the coterie focused on getting through the night above all. The Toreador Primogen Robert de Saux revealed himself by making a move against the coterie and the party's final act by placing the blame on them for Renaud's failure to appear at the party. He suggests that they overpowered and diablerized Renaud, but the four Anarch kindred were able to fend off his verbal attacks. Almost. Carla Hansott's beast flared up and forced her to be able to conceal that she knew something more than she let on. Prince Malcolm Klein gave them only one option on how to proceed. Become a low-ranking member of the Camarilla and work under him. He posited this would remove the suspicion on the group and allow them a way to move forward without their destruction. All four kindred agreed, having little other choice, and were left to their own for now, to be contacted later with information on their new duties and expectations. The Old City Parade, March 2025. The month of March brings Capside's controversial yearly Old City Parade, where citizens flock to the portions of where the city was first established, don various monster costumes, and celebrate the city's founding on March 13, 1700. Capside was not recognized as an official colony, and the parade marches on to mock those who fail to see what a powerhouse of an economy and home to many it would become. The costumes are meant to satirize the idea that a hidden evil permeates the city, something that Capsiders often play up as a bit of civic pride to rebuke others. Opinions are mixed on whether it is appropriate to carry on with this tradition, but as the young enjoy treating it as an early bonus Halloween, it seems the parade is here to stay. Amidst the throngs of people, Prince Malcolm Klein of the Camarilla sends the sect's newest member into the old city to handle a delicate matter to judge whether these kindred are capable. Starring Eerie Lunarose as Ripley Munrab, Alistair as Carla Hansott, SINoALFON as Dee Mondkar, and finally myself, Zraitor, as the storyteller. You find yourself suddenly on your feet, memories blurry. You look around and see that you're on the docks of the old city. The waves that lead out into the ocean gently lap against the edges. There is a chilly wind in the air still as winter gives way to spring, but you don't seem to feel it anymore. Do you remember your name?
Yes. Dee Mondkar.
There is a worn down circular mirror here that someone has propped up against the building wall that leads back into the treacherous alleyways that catches your eyes. What do you see?
Uh, I'm maybe like average height, American man, I guess, but like with an Indian background, maybe like bearded facial hair, curly black hair, and I'm wearing a black suit with a white shirt.
As you remember your own features, you notice a detail your mind was holding back before. Your clothes are drenched in blood. And then we will switch over to Reynolds Manor on the outskirts of Capside. This is to Carla and Ripley, the so-called Manor Gang that was thrown together. It is 8 p.m., an hour after everyone has risen from sleep. Can I get a rouse check? As you wake, you need to see if you gain hunger or not.
Okay, just a sec.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I failed.
Okay. Ripley wakes up a little more hungry than they went to sleep. You as well, Carla?
Damn.
Off what hunger? That's that's how tonight's going. Good.
Strong start.
All right. The Manor Gang, currently Carla Hansott, Ripley Munrab have arrived here at the Renault Manor after being put on duty, with quotations around it, by the Camarilla. This duty demands that wait around the spacious and now empty of furnishings mansion made in the Victorian style for further instructions in case they are needed. They have all separately received a talking to, which included a crash course on the traditions of kindred society and a constant reminder of the final death looming over their heads. A well-dressed man in his middle 30s enters the room. Simon Almazri, the ghoul and assistant of Renaud, now bound to the coterie. He has a familiar, tired, hungry look in his eyes. He's standing there quite awkwardly. Does either you understand what he needs or does he talk?
Oh yeah, no. Hey Simon,
How
you're
are you
looking
doing?
a little peckish.
Yeah, it's that time. I need my fix. A little awkward about asking for it.
Yeah, no. I got you. I got you. So good.
Ripley, you will need to cut open your wrist and he will feed upon you. That will take another rouse check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh hey.
Awesome. All right, he sees the blood flowing from your wrist. He's a little embarrassed as he wanders over. It's quite an awkward looking sight. It's and he just starts sucking down a little bit of your blood, and he pulls up, and his eyes look normal again. There's like a sense of relief that washes over him. He tries to like pat himself down. He tries to compose himself, and then he says, then he pulls out an envelope from his pocket. From that envelope, a little paper comes out, and he says, and he kind of clears his throat. He's, the Manor Gang is requested at once to the Capside News Network Now building located downtown. Use the back entrance and enter the elevator there. Try not to look suspicious, though I suppose you can't help it. And then he tells you it's from Prince Malcolm Klein of the Camarilla.
Oh boy. Oh, that's not very. You should have led with that. Because, now I'm really hungry.
I was ready to say no. Don't take it on me. Like as they say, don't
I
shoot the
would
messenger.
I would never. You're my favorite.
Oh, you're my favorite now as well. And he shakes himself. Damn it.
Well, where's everybody else? I'm not going alone to meet whatever the princess got planned. Let's take a look around.
Carla will go with you.
Carla?
I'm not sure where Isaiah and Michael are, but you know,
Anybody?
they must be out there somewhere in the city.
Michael's probably doing politician things.
Yeah, he was pretty excited at the salon, wasn't he?
Wheeling and dealing.
All right. And how are you feeling about this, Carla?
Well, we don't really have a choice, do we?
Well, you don't, but
Yeah. So when are we going then? I'm not feeling like dwelling around any long any longer. I don't know about you, Ripley.
I mean, it's fine. I probably would have gone to the club if it didn't say come right away, but we'll just have to deal. We'll just have to roll with it. It's fine.
well,
Life is what we make it.
I suspect he wants whatever is done tonight, so yeah.
Yeah. Royal types are like very up on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, the two remaining members of the Manor Gang leave Reynolds Manor to make their way downtown to the Capside News Network Now building. Dee, you were standing on the docks. You see the water behind you. If you look upwards to the north, there is a ruined dock office building that can be entered. There's an alleyway that goes back to there's an alleyway that leads out of the old city.
I guess because right now my memory's fuzzy, right? I can't even remember where I was last or what I was doing.
Yeah, well, you remember that you were doing a deal with your boss.
Walter H. Gravitt.
You were with your client, Walter H. Gravitt, and you know that the old city is dangerous. There's the worst element comes here. You don't like doing deals here. No one does, but it's also a good place to do deals for exactly that reason. And that's about probably all you remember. He was selling weapons, and you're a little fuzzy, and perhaps you feel like maybe your mind is like, trying to protect you. Perhaps you're holding something back.
Because I feel like I'd be worried about my client, especially since I'm covered in blood, you
Hmm.
know? And I guess maybe you said there was like a dock or like a in one direction?
You're standing on the docks, like there's no
Hmm.
boats anymore. Like this part of the city is basically abandoned and ruined. In front of you, there's a dock office building. Yeah.
I guess I'll make my way to the dock office building and just see if I can find my client.
Okay. As you make your way there, you hear a pained, raspy voice. They're just trying to. They say very very quietly, almost like hello.
I respond back. Hello. Is someone there?
As you look around, you don't see anybody on the level that you're standing, but on top of the office building, there was nobody there. And then all of a sudden, somebody appears, as if they were not there 1 minute, then just poof, they're there. And they're quite a large figure. They're wearing a black coat with the hood up. On their face is adorned a mask. But on the left side is the face of an angel, and on the right is the face of a devil. You can't see their eyes, but you know that they're boring right into you.
Uh, hello.
Mhm.
Stranger. Uh, do you where what do you know where I am? I'm a little I'm a little lost right now.
You, sir, are on the old city docks. The parade is about to start. I wasn't expecting you. You're interesting.
Well, don't mind me. I'm just I don't want any trouble or anything. Just a little creeped out by the guy, maybe.
He's like, do you understand what has happened to you?
I do not.
I see. It was a busier night than I was expecting. So much going on. Well, you were going about it the right way. Inside lies the answers.
Uh, do you want to inside like emotionally or inside and like maybe I like kind of start ruffling through my pockets like does he mean like I have something?
You hear a pained laughter, and he's like, "Well, I suppose the answer lies inside of all of us, yes, but I bet inside of this building." And he gestures below at his feet.
Okay. And who are you?
That's not important.
Hmm.
I just wanted you to know that I had nothing to do with your fate.
I make my way into the building then, but I kind of keep a an eye kind of focused on the dude, just not,
Mhm.
letting him
As
out of
you
my
walk
sight.
up, he throws something at your feet. It's like plastic, and it hits the ground.
I pick it up cautiously.
You look at it. It is a Halloween costume of Dracula, and the voice says, "I apologize for it being too on the nose, but you probably do need to cover up your gore-stained countenance, young man. You'll fit right into the parade. You need some sort of costume, don't you?"
Hmm. I uh I give him a thank you. But I put the costume, I just tuck it in my coat.
Yeah. He says, "Well, I hope you survive, young one." Then he steps behind out of your view and seems to disappear once more.
Okay, then I make my way into the building.
All right. As you enter, the first thing you see is a large main desk at the back of a very square room. There are papers strewn about. Smaller desks and chairs are overturned or broken, and it's a scene of a mess. It's just been abandoned and left here like this.
Hmm. Well, that man said there were answers here, so I guess I'll start rummaging around.
Okay. You begin to look around the room. There's nothing on the main area, but as you get to the large main desk that I mentioned, behind it you find a bag of weapons that your employer, Walter Gravett, was selling. You don't know what's inside. Those aren't questions a professional ask, but I suppose that would stop you now if you wished. It's up to you.
Huh. I mean, so the weapons are here, so where's my employer? That's weird.
Well, there's only
Uh,
one bag. He had probably 4 or 5 bags
uh-huh.
that you remember.
I I'll grab it. I'll take it with me.
Okay.
Just because it's a little odd that it's out of place. And I guess without any sight, like if I don't find my employer anywhere, in this building. I guess I'll. What kind of a bag? Is it just like a normal like duffel bag or what is it?
Yeah, it's like a duffel bag.
Okay, so
There's
not
definitely
like
and as you think that, there's definitely a back room to look in as well. This is just the first thing that you found.
I see, I see. I'll peek into the back room. Yeah.
All right, as you make your way to the back room, there is a trail of blood leading to the back, as if someone was dragging a bloody corpse. You follow this trail to the very back into a little closet, perhaps there, and you find the corpse of Walter Gravett. He is as he wasn't, as you remember him. He's somewhere in his 40s. He's very overweight. He was wearing very nice clothes. As you examine him and look up, his throat has been torn out.
Shit.
As you say shit, your mind it stops protecting itself, and you connect that with the blood all over you,
Hmm.
and little fangs pop out of your mouth.
I guess I start to freak out and I'm just gonna drop the bag and run out of
Okay.
the building.
As Dee flees the scene, you move over to the Manor Gang, and you two arrive at the busy downtown area, dominated by large buildings with flashing billboards that are demanding your attention. The Capside News Network Now building is one such place, and you easily find your way around the back of it. There is a very nervous looking young man. He is standing in front of an elevator that goes up somewhere. The elevator looks very discreet. You wouldn't even know it was there unless you happen to come across it. As for the man himself, he is very young looking. He's short. He has blonde hair and blue eyes. Like I said, he's very nervous. You get the idea he's not going to speak first.
Oh, hello, my good man.
Ah, well, hello.
Would you mind letting us in?
Hmm. All right. I was expecting more of you, but okay. He uh he pulls out a like an old elevator looking key, and he unlocks the elevator, and he pulls it. He pulls it open, which struggles a little to get it open, and he tries to compose himself and theatrically say you may enter, but he just looks quite foolish doing it.
Just keep practicing. I like your style. You know,
Thanks. You two step inside, and he steps in with you. And the elevator makes its way up the very large building. Eventually, you hear a ding. Then the elevator door opens out into a small lobby. It has a small lobby slash waiting room. There are fancy art pieces all over the walls, and Neil looks at you both and says, "Well, you may go right on in."
in where exactly?
Well, if you go into the lobby, and then there's a wooden door right there that'll lead into to Malcolm.
All right, thank you very much.
Hmm. You're welcome. And he steps outside and he waits outside at the front of the elevator.
An adventure already, right, Carla?
Oh my god. Malcolm already. I guess we gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah, I wasn't sure he'd be here himself, but it sounds like so. That's fun.
Fun wouldn't be the word I would have used, but yeah, I guess. I guess it can be fun, so.
It's all about mindset. Mindset.
Mindset, right. Mindset. Carla kind
Positive.
of rolls her eyes at that. But she moved forwards to the door.
All right. I guess Carla is the one who opens the door, and when she does, her eyes meet the gaze of the prince, and he looks at you for a second. There's a pause, and then he warmly welcomes you both in. He motions towards the chairs. He says, "Well, you may sit or stand. It's your choice."
I stay standing.
Ripley comes in and lounges on the chair right in
Oh
front
my
of him.
god.
Just like just kind of draped across it.
You see it like an eyebrow go up a little bit. Otherwise, his face remains wooden, and he has a very nice little office here. It's quite ornate. There's more fancy pictures on the wall than I'm sure many people would find pretentious, but it seems to he does a good enough job.
You certainly have a sense of style, sir.
Hmm. He just kind of smiles and he just launches right into it. After you say that, he says, "There is an unfortunate old practice in our city that my sources have told me has been resumed tonight. We used to abandon our freshly embraced in the old city so that when they woke up, the parade was about to commence. If they can control their urges, they will wander through the alleyways and into the parade and partake or simply leave. It was believed to be proof that they were more than a beast inside of them. And if not, well, their sire can use it as insurance. And he pauses on that word. They need them as a guide in their new life. Now, as you can imagine, it went horribly wrong often. Although the yearly parade has a little talked about body count even among the mortals, so it's easy enough to sweep under the rug. It has been 50 or so years since this practice was banned, and I'd not like to see it become a custom once more. We are lacking a sheriff in these uncertain nights, and so I grant you two the right of destruction in this matter. Find this illegal progeny and bring them to final death. You may identify the sire as well, but as your prince, I beg you not to needlessly risk yourself in case their abilities exceed your own. The child is enough, and if you could bring us any further info, we'd be most grateful and perhaps grant you a bonus. And he pauses and he puts his hands like together and he waits to see what you say.
Right of destruction. Wow. We've reached another step on the ladder, I guess.
You're being given an opportunity
An opportunity.
to see if you understand the rules of the world that you have entered.
Mm-hmm. Do we have any other information on that progeny? Or no?
No, that's part of the problem. It's a big parade. And
Oh,
of course it goes by the old city.
This is the one with everybody in, like masks and costumes.
Yes.
Oh,
It is
that's
that.
great.
fun. I forgot that was tonight. Oh, that's fun.
Hmm.
So what is the ideal, absolute best outcome?
The best like outcome is you two find this child, you bring them the final death, however you may, and you bring us the information on the sire. And obviously I hope you would not become hurt in the process. I thought there
But
was more of you, but it seems like we were down two.
what if they haven't done anything?
Well, that is a problem. It does not matter. You have to seek permission to sire a child, and permission was not asked.
Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
that's not the child's fault. Why are we not killing the sire instead?
Well, the sire will be dealt with at a later time as well.
Hmm.
This is the rules of the world you have entered into. They may not seem fair, but they make us stable. If you could just turn anyone you want in at any time, the cities would run wild with the young Canaanites who cause problems.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Is there any sort of particular, uh, like, what would the circumstance be where this person didn't have to be destroyed?
There is none, I'm afraid. Allowing you four to join the Camarilla already put eyes on me, and I have to walk a tightrope here. I can't allow any more special circumstances.
Oh, okay. I don't think that your power is that unstable. You're the prince, you just look at somebody and say, hey, you go away, and then they have to die, right? Isn't that how that works? I think that's how that works.
Oh, you have much to learn. No, there's a reason I called you here in private, so we could speak openly. Now, I am a very young prince. Most people think I'm just a weak puppet. In fact, and it's true, I was groomed to become this role, as Capside is simply too large and risky to hold on to. There are people in control of it in the shadows who are using me to, bear the brunt of the criticism of the problems that will inevitably arise here. So, as you can see, even though I'm at the top and you're at the bottom, we are both ensnared by a web of intrigue.
Hmm. Okay, well, after, we do this thing tonight, whatever, maybe we can talk about, being helpful with that. You
Yes, I
tell
was.
us who um, your rivals are or your critics, and I'd be interested in helping.
You hear a short laugh. He says, "Well, in this life, your rivals and your friends tend to be one and the same. I will not reveal the names of these people as it's too dangerous for you."
Okay, that's sweet of you. Um, we need costumes then, right?
Oh,
We need
yes, I will handle
costumes.
that. I would like
What?
a working relationship with all of you, but when we speak in public, I must, play the vain Venture Prince that they expect me to be. Give me my blood. You can send. What is this? As I was acting, that was all an act.
I appreciate that.
Oh, I suppose you would. And how are you feeling about this, Carla?
Well, I had just a question.
Of
If
course,
we meet the sire, do we have the right of destruction over them too, or do we have to bring them in?
you have the right of destruction. However, as I said, they could be simply too dangerous for you to handle, in which case you do not have to destroy them. You would simply pass along their identity.
That's great. Well, I don't have any objection really. A job done is a job done. So,
Now, the reason we are out of a sheriff is actually because of your old mentor, Renaud. Our sheriff was a very effective Nosferatu named Rex Baker, but as you know, with Nosferatu, they have issues with their appearance, and he had a special issue where there were green boils that appeared on his skin, and this offended the Toreador Renaud so much that he used his pull to oust him as the sheriff, leaving us undefended. Can you believe such pettiness? I mean, I can, of course, but
I mean, I
well,
like pretty things, but that seems pretty lame.
not surprised.
and as I brought up Renaud, I would like to point out that I know you didn't kill Renaud, and everyone at the salon knows you didn't kill him as well. However, whoever did is very dangerous, and it's definitely something you should not be focusing on. Just in case that needed to be said.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not interested in pursuing someone without your grace's support on that. Uh, Whoever it was obviously pretty powerful, and that's not us. So yeah, no worries there.
I suspect we will have to deal with this at some later time, but now is simply not that time.
Especially with like Isaiah and Michael nowhere to be found.
Yes, I hope they bring them into the fold. I'm disappointed that they're not here, but such is these nights. All right. Do you have any other questions for me? As you will not be able to speak to me again until you bring me news, and I will need you to come here. The phones are not safe.
No questions, sir.
All right. If you're able to come at the end of the night, great. Otherwise, come tomorrow night.
Great.
And yes, as to your costumes, the young man you met, Neil, he will show you to a room full of costumes, and whatever you want will be in there, so you may blend into the parade.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's get going, Ripley, I guess. Unless you have any other question for the prince
Hmm.
or a
No,
great prince.
no, I think I'm good.
All right. I haven't worn a costume in a long time, so that would be a stretch. That would be funny. Let's see what the elevator kids has for us. What was
Okay.
his name again? Do we have his name?
Yep, you said it was
Neil.
Neil. Yep.
Yeah, I forgot already.
All right, you
You
make your
got you
way.
gotta work
What's
on
in
those
it?
people skills, Carla.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
You gotta
worth
make
it.
friends. Oh, come on. Neil's cute.
You're the one who makes friends. I just follow. I think that's a good partnership.
But you're so honest. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who would value that in person.
In this vampire society, I'm not sure about that, but we'll see. Maybe you're right. Well, goodbye, Prince. Then
Yes, please survive. I do have need of you.
we shall
Well, we're
see about that.
certainly gonna try.
All right, you make your way back out into the lobby where the elevator and Neil is standing in front, and he's like, "Are you guys ready to go get your costumes?"
Yeah, this is the
Show us
fun
what you
part.
get, Neil.
I
Yeah,
can't
that was
wait to
Neil.
see what you choose, Carla.
Oh my god.
All right, it takes you guys step into the elevator. It takes you all the way back down to the bottom floor. Takes you off to a little side room. The Capside News Network Now building is pretty large, and it's like almost like a maze in there. And he takes you to a back room, and he opens it. And yeah, there is a room full of hot Halloween props and costumes. And how is this gonna work? Just whatever you want to wear, it's there. Just tell me, and it's what you have.
I guess I'm gonna go with like I don't know. The first thing that comes to mind is a Venice type of costume with a Venice mask. Something like that. Something not too striking to not get too much attention, but at least something to hide the face
Alright.
and to fit in. So black and some gold on the mask and the costume.
Oh,
I
a
guess.
Venetian mask? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Alright.
not very, but
Okay.
that would work.
Alright. And for you, Ripley, as you see Carla put on her Venetian
Ripley,
mask.
like, oh, nice, good one. Ripley absolutely layers two costumes on top of each other. So got some kind of like Aladdin Arabian Nights type deal underneath, with a mask for that stuffed in the bag. But then over that is like a big old one of those like onesie costumes of, I don't know, like Mothra or Mothman with a mask for that. Just absolutely two costumes layered one over the other.
Alright.
I couldn't choose. I couldn't choose.
Why shoes when you can take everything? Just stack them up. It will work.
Neil's like, please don't take everything. That's what got me in trouble.
No.
Hey.
Just two.
We're the one on a mission. We deserve good costume.
I tried to steal something from here, but now they keep me around. It's really creepy.
Wait, what?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I thought I'd get in trouble, but they seem to be happy that I stole from them. It's very weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Of course. Of
Mhm.
course.
Okay, yeah. Keep telling yourself that.
Yeah, every now and then my memory seems to go. It's very strange.
Oh yeah.
That
Yeah.
just happens around here sometimes. Don't worry about it too much.
Oh,
It's
We
kind
have
of
that too.
it's an effect of all of the and Ripley gestures up because this is like the news building to like,
Mhm.
all of the like, the satellites and the aerials and things. Yeah. But don't worry about it. It's not dangerous.
All right,
You're
well,
fine.
you look trustworthy.
Ripley grins.
Yeah, they are trustworthy. Don't worry.
And then from that, we should move over to the parade. The parade proper has started on the appropriately named Parade Street. Floats made up of balloons, various animals, dragons, and other fantasy elements march down the streets. Capsiders are in high abundance, wearing monster costumes, shouting and reveling. There are loads of activities that young and old and alike are participating in. In the distance, high above, the city lights are being beamed that spell out the words Capside in the sky. And yes, people are just everywhere, just an ocean of people. Imagine that, like a city the size of New York, if it was crowded on the streets, that's what you're seeing, just everywhere.
This
And
is the worst.
yeah, I wanted to ask Dee, you ran. What exactly did you try to leave the old city or the old city back where you were at, or did you? So basically, I'm saying, did you go to the parade or did you stay in the back?
Um, I probably didn't make my way towards the parade,
Okay,
just because I was like sort of freaking out. I maybe just tried to find like just a secluded spot to kind of gather my thoughts.
all right. Maybe she'll keep the party split for now. That's basically what my question was getting at. What are you doing?
I guess if I find like an alley or something, I'll basically kind of take a breather.
Hmm.
Just after what I witnessed and what I started to remember. At this point, I'm a little emotionally overwhelmed. I'm bawling my eyes out just from sort of the stress of the situation.
Okay, and I have to mention something. As you're crying, tears do not come out. Blood comes out of your eyes.
All right. When I notice that it's blood coming out of my eyes, my I'm super pissed off.
Hmm.
I'm just like this night has been the worst. And I don't know if there's like a trash can or something like hard around me, like a wall or something, but I just want to punch something really bad
Okay,
instead.
we'll say you ran north and you're like in between an alleyway, like a straight alleyway. So yeah, you could punch a wall.
Yeah, I'll punch a wall. Why not?
All right, you hit the wall repeatedly in your anger. You are someone who is alive in 2025. You grew up with pop culture. I don't know if the words vampire come to your mind or you repress that. That is up to you.
I think I'm starting to connect the dots between the mask and stuff. Like once I get my like frustration out, I think just with my background being a little unseedy, the first
Hmm.
thing I was thinking of was like I better like ditch these bloody clothes and stuff. But th I think I'll take off my coat first and I'll see the. Is it a vampire mask or is it like just the teeth that I was given?
Yeah, it's like a stereotypical Dracula costume from the Hammer horror movies.
Okay, okay. Then I'll see like that sticking out of my coat pocket, and that'll kind of click everything for me, where it's like, oh my God, I'm a night walker, or and then I'll vampire, and I'll I'll put my coat back on, and I'll put on the costume. I was just kind of like, okay, wait, like there's a parade going on. This will be a good like people might not look twice at me being like covered in blood and stuff,
Hmm.
and maybe I'll start making my way towards the parade at this point. Yeah, I'll make my way towards the parade at this point.
Okay. You begin to walk north and you go to a back alleyway and you remember somewhat remembers this is where the deal took place. There is a little there's the beginning of about a police blockade, but they haven't actually set up yet. And you walk through that. You go up north again, and then yeah, you meet the same ocean of people out enjoying the parade. And then we should go back to Carla and Ripley. Yeah, you arrive at the parade. I don't know what your plan is now. I don't know what you would even do as you're just looking at this sea of people.
This truly is the worst.
And it is
What?
loud. People are screaming.
It's
How
great.
for
Ripley's
you?
dancing.
Yeah, they would be
Oh
very
my
impressed.
god,
It's like a rave on super sized.
this is the worst for me. But how will we find a neonate, a newborn, in such a place where everyone is dressed up? First of all,
Well,
um,
I mean, one thing is, I don't know, I feel like follow the scent of blood, right? Like actual spilled blood, because that's kind of involved in the whole process, as I understand it, right?
mhm.
We'll say D makes his way into the parade proper, and then behind him, the police start falling in to barricade that place that he walked out of. There's about a dozen police officers with shotguns there.
Did you see shotguns?
Yep.
Damn.
And you all know as
Okay.
capsiders that the old city is kind of like just kind of it's literally walled off with like a concrete wall. People are not really most not really supposed to go in there, as it's just been abandoned and left. Tax
Okay.
money never seems to find its way there. Nobody seems to care. It's been forgotten, apart from the parade marching past it. But it's also the best place to literally embrace someone to do creepy things, and it's where all the gangs go, the drug addicts, sex workers, anything like you would think of that is not meant to happen. It tends to happen back where this police are standing at.
Um, Carla turns to replay and all right. What do you say we do? I mean, we could like auspex the shit out of this place, but there's so many people. I'm sure.
You see a man. He's wearing like it's a vision that comes to you because you have the premonition
Okay.
power. So I'm
Okay.
clear what I'm doing. You see a man. He's wearing
Yeah.
a Dracula costume. You see police behind him. He's covered in blood. You don't, you literally drink blood, so you know this is not fake blood. And then it
Hmm.
ends. Your premonition ends. So
After
yeah,
I
I
had
guess I guess
this.
Ripley, you would have saw Carla kind of just go distant and even more distant than usual, shall we say?
Oh. Waves a hand in front of her face for a
Yeah.
second.
Sorry, I just um, you know how I can sometimes see stuff, but I feel like perhaps our first step would be finding someone. I know it's a stretch, but someone dressed as Dracula, like Dracula
Really?
costume. Yeah, I'm sorry. Listen, th- it is how it is. I saw some police behind the man, so the progeny, yeah, is a man. Dracula costume and some blood. Like that person has some real blood on them. So
Okay. Yep.
that's
See,
that's
that's
what I have.
that's good. This is what I was saying. So you'll recognize this person on sight because you saw them in your mind with your freaky mind powers, and I'll smell them. I'll smell them. Ripley's gonna
Yeah.
activate some heightened senses.
All right, Ripley, the smell of blood just hits your nose, and you look down and towards there's like a back alley that leads back, and That is where it's telling you to go. The smell.
Mm, right over here, right over here.
A back alley, really? Oh, okay.
Yep.
And where we are
Yes.
right now, Keeper, are we
Storyteller.
seeing where the police blockade is being set up as well as like are we in visual range of that in this parade?
You do not see it. It is
Okay,
like what Dee
that's a little
saw. It's at
further
the
off.
back of the alleyway.
Okay.
No, you would know that the police tend to. If you know anything about this parade, you would know that obviously the police always block off this alleyway. If you pay
Gotcha,
attention to this
gotcha.
parade, that's
Okay.
is your role play choice.
Right. Yeah. So let's take a sneak down. Mhm.
All right. Dee, you see two people. One is wearing a Venetian mask. The other is seemingly wearing two costumes in a blend, and I think one costume is a Mothra costume.
Yeah, no, the other one isn't like visible right now.
Oh,
I have
sorry.
like a onesie, one of those big cute onesies
Okay. So
over.
always uses the Mothra costume then.
Uh-huh.
All right. And yeah, both of you see a person in a Dracula costume with a bit of blood on their front.
How fitting is it? It's almost too easy, I feel.
We're just like staring at each other from opposite sides.
Yep, it would probably be very awkward.
It feels awkward, yeah.
Ooh, creepy.
Ripley, how do you say we do that? Because we have, and she's kind of muttering to Ripley, but we have direct orders somehow. But I feel like chasing that Dracula-ish person is not gonna do us any good. So how do we go about that? I'm kind
Good
of
question.
leaving it to you to be social and convincing. That's not my strong suit.
Well, I mean, I feel like there wasn't anything social and convincing about it, but you might have a point, Carla. I mean, honestly, everything is what we make it, right? Everything is just what we make it.
We can make it easier for us and for that Dracula person by talking it out somehow, but we have direct orders, so the goal is the same, whatever is the way we take.
You see the two of them muttering to each other, and then Ripley turns and looks at the person that I don't know is Dee. Hey, new friend,
I'll make my way over.
what you doing?
Um, hey, I got lost from a friend of mine. We're all dressed up in costumes. He's got like half devil, half angel mask. Have you seen anyone like that around here? I'm really worried about him. I'm looking for him.
No. Did this person just leave you in an alleyway? I mean, that seems pretty rude.
Uh, no, we just got separated, that's all. And I'm really, really eager to find him. Um, but yeah, if you haven't seen him, like if I don't know, just on the lookout for him.
Okay, okay. Uh,
Nothing suspicious about anything.
when you say that, it sounds suspicious.
And then
But
I
we can
wink.
we can help you look for your friend. Devil and angel mask, but like, how was he dressed?
To the best of Dee's ability, he tries to describe how the devil angel mask person was dressed.
Yes,
I
he
think
was
he had like a
also
hoodie on.
yeah, he was wearing a heavy cloak that was hooded.
Okay.
Creepy.
Like you couldn't see like a single bit of like the actual person.
Were you supposed to meet up anywhere in particular? Did you have a re-meet place?
No, no, nothing like that. Last I saw him, we were over by like the docks in that area, and I just assume with the parade going on and everything, he'd kind of make his way over here, you know.
Okay, okay. Well, I mean, you know, you could always just find him after, right? But we'll help you look.
D like not so subtly like sort of clenches his fists, and he's like, I really need to find this guy, my friend, my buddy.
Okay, that sounds important. Let's do it.
And from behind you, you hear the police officer's like, "Hey, you guys going in or not? You can go in, but you can't come back out."
Uh, yeah, 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 we're coming in, and D will start making his way over there.
And to be clear, this is away from the parade and into the old city.
Yep, that's where he came out of.
Wait, was your friend at the parade or did he run
Oh,
off into old city?
sorry. I thought we were making our way into the parade. So
Nope.
whichever. Mm,
It's like every year we get more of you tourists. You want to look at the homeless people and the junkies that live back there? That's fine, but you're stuck in there until it's over. And we don't respond to what happens past this point. You got it?
sorry, everybody. My memory's a little fuzzy right now. I had a bit of a rough night. Um, I want to go towards the parade, so that's whatever direction that is, please.
All right. Well, that's up north.
Well, actually, I'll ask the officer. Has he seen anyone matching the description of like, yeah, I'm sure he's seen like a lot of people coming and going. Has he seen anybody with a devil angel mask?
The officer kind of thinks for a second and he's like, yep, alleyway. That's where all the freaks go. Back into the
Oh,
old city.
oh, okay. Well, then, thank you, officer. I changed my mind to the alleyway then, or into the old city.
Yeah, we gotta find that person. Bring him home. Okay, thank you, officer.
Well, you're stuck in there to 7 a.m. I hope you're prepared.
Oh, we're prepared. And I wink at the officer.
You just not respond to your wink, and then they wave you through, and they begin to officially blockade it off. You are all standing, staring into the main back alleyway that leads into the old city. This is where the deal was happening for you, Dee, and some of the homeless people have come out from their whatever homes that they're living in here. They brought their shopping carts with them. They have lit some of the barrels, and they're burning. There's about 6 of them. Maybe 3 are men, 3 are women. They all seem a little rough. They've been homeless for quite a long time. They're paying you no mind. They're used to people just ignoring them, and they're ignoring you.
Um, I'll ask them. I'll talk to these people and just ask, hey, have you seen, I'm looking for someone with a half gay devil, half angel mask. Have you seen anyone like that?
They seem a little they don't seem like they really want to open up. Can I get a charisma plus persuasion? Or wait, let me look at the skills. Charisma, yeah, charisma plus persuasion. Difficulty 2 to get them to talk.
Okay. Come on, my one dice.
Oh, you can't. You don't think you can succeed then?
Oh, really? Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
You want some help, buddy?
Yeah, I'm not a real wordsmith over here, so
Here, let me look. Let me talk to this lady. She seems nice. Hi, lady. Do you know if you or any of your friends have seen a weirdo, kind of like us, from the parade, with, and I'll, push my mask up a little bit. We're making eye contact
Mhm.
with, a half angel, half devil mask, black, weird, cloaky thing all covered up. Anybody creepy like that? Because this is not a good place for somebody who's, thinking that they're having fun times and dressed up like that. We need to get that person out of here.
All
Gonna
right,
freak you out, freak other people out.
it's the same for you. Charisma plus persuasion, difficulty 2, and I don't know. Your character's is a very social character, so you can do an auto success if you
Yeah,
have double that. That's up to you. So you have what, 5? Do you want to auto succeed, or do you actually want to roll?
I can auto succeed.
If you have double if your pool is double the difficulty, you can auto
Oh, okay,
succeed.
so it's only like difficulty 2.
Yep.
Heck yeah, cool.
All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, do you see this homeless person just immediately begin to open up to this person you just met and says, well, there's a lot of questions, but it's a man you're talking to, maybe about 50 or so, and he's like, I don't think I caught all of that, but there were a gang of people that were buying weapons, but they were ran off by another other gang. I think that happens a lot here. They don't pay us any mind. We don't pay them any mind.
Oh, there was an arms deal going down. Oh, that's interesting. Well, and was it a gunfight then, or what?
Oh no, I don't. They just read him off. The fight happened, and he points down into the alley. It happened somewhere in there in the city, the old city. And yeah, there was
Okay.
a person with a devil, a mask that was a devil and an angel, like I guess split. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah. Okay. So which group were they with?
I have no idea.
but he was just involved somehow.
Maybe.
Okay, okay.
Gotcha. I get it. Yeah, you try not to see too much. That can be dangerous. Okay. So over there you said. All right.
Well,
Well,
somewhere in there. We didn't actually follow him.
well, it gives us a direction to head at least.
Yes, he's pointing
Uh,
east too, I guess, to be fair.
mhm. Shall we, friends?
Yeah,
Let's
sounds
get
good.
this done.
All right, you walk in and you walk through this area and you reach, there is like an alley going down, there's an alley going up, and then right in front of you, there's like some kind of market area where like old stalls were set up like many years ago.
And we'll look around for signs of a scuffle.
Yeah, same here.
Okay, you enter the open space. It was once filled with stalls selling various things, but it's now completely abandoned. Everything is very still and death-like in here. Now, searching this area, we'll take a bit of searching. I will need wits plus investigation. The difficulty will be 3.
And real quick, Storyteller, does any like memory of this fight come back to Dee, or is it all just kind of like I don't remember any of this?
Yeah, as you're looking around, maybe now you remember that you were selling these weapons, or you're protecting your client as he was selling these weapons where the homeless people were, but some other gang came in and you were very outnumbered and you just allowed them to back you off. And they kind of ran you down. And your memory gets a little fuzzy after that. What actually happened to you?
Okay.
All right, so what do we have? We have Dee and Carla succeeded and Ripley failed.
Mhm.
Okay, so Dee and Carla, as you begin to look through these old stalls, both of you kind of arrive at the same time. You find it's like on the bottom of the merchant stall. It took a little noticing because of the mess in here, but there are 3 crossbow bolts that were hit on the side, and near these bolts there is a small pool of blood.
Can we see what material are the bolts made from?
They are standard steel bolts.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, there was a scuffle here. Uh, hmm.
Wonder whose blood that is.
Yeah, is the blood only just pooling by the bolts, or is there any kind of trail to follow?
Yeah, there's no trail. It just looks like somebody got hit and they bled a bit.
Okay.
And yeah, you do have that blood sorcery power, taste for blood. If you
Yep.
Carla. Okay, a taste for blood. By tasting a drop of blood, you can discern certain basic traits of the one to whom it belongs. It doesn't cost anything for you to use. You need to roll resolve plus your blood sorcery is your pool. It is difficulty 3,
Okay, so resolve I have 3, blood sorcery I have 1.
and
So that
you can use your blood surge if you want. That's up to you to give yourself 2 more dice. No, it's just something you can do anytime. It's on your blood potency.
okay. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna
Okay.
take 2. So that
Well,
means
first, give me a rouse. Does it use your blood
okay.
surge?
So 1, right? 1
It
dice.
just one pool. Yeah, right.
Got success.
Okay, you do not gain hunger. Okay, so that gives you 2 more dice to add to your pool.
So that means I had,
Your blood
correct me
surge.
if I'm wrong, 3 plus 1. So that means
You have
6?
6. Yep, you have 6 dice. Difficulty
6
3.
dice. Damn.
All right, would you like to re-roll or no?
Yep. Okay, well, that is just not my.
Yeah, you guys, Carla kind of dips down the blood. She puts it on her finger and she tastes it right in front of both of you.
Well, it tastes like blood, but I don't know whose blood. Sorry,
Damn.
it's just blood.
Well, I'll say Dee, who up to this point thought he was just traveling with a couple of
Mhm.
normal people, is somewhat suspicious about Carla, like just dipping her fingers into blood and tasting it.
Are you still wearing your mask or
Yes.
Me.
okay?
Ah, who? Okay.
Yeah. Just wondered.
Question later. We need to find whose blood it's from. I couldn't help, but maybe there's other clue around that we could use.
You're pretty sure you've searched this area. You'll have to move on.
Damn, I was useless. I had a good skill too.
That's harsh.
Okay. Okay. Can we take one of the bolt or no? Like, can we take a? Is there blood on the bolt?
No, the whatever bolt hit the person is missing. What you see is
Okay.
three that you see missed and hit a market stall.
Okay, so it's just okay. Leaving them there.
Okie Well, nobody's here now. Somebody got hurt. That's what we know. Let's move on. Where would you go from here?
Okay, as you step
You
back.
were an arms dealer.
Yes, if you're arms dealer, you hear them say D.
Which I'm not. Um, okay, I'm just gonna just with everything weird going on tonight, I don't think it's out of the question. Please don't be offended, you two, but are you vampires?
Huh? What? The guy in the Dracula mask is asking us if we're vampires? You're
It's
weird.
uh it's one of those nights. I just gotta ask. Trust me. If you had the night I had, you would have asked too.
Oh, wow. You, are you tripping? That sounds like some weird stuff. Some weird stuff happened to you? I'm
I,
sorry.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope I'm tripping, and come dawn, everything's gonna just be back to normal. But I have a bad feeling.
This is because she tasted the blood, right? You gotta understand, she's a little weird. She does stuff like that all the time.
That's
Absolutely all
fair.
the time. She's just like, oh, there's something weird. Let me taste what it is. And,
That's fair.
sometimes it's drugs, sometimes
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I
Okay,
have
okay.
a really good taste bud, so yeah. Don't mind me. Sorry if I weird you out, but it's gonna be like that all night long. So
You're just
get
gonna
used to
keep.
it.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
came out for a party.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right.
So this friend of yours, are they an arms dealer though? Because I feel like that's irrelevant at this point.
You know, I think my friend had mentioned uh about being at the docks. So if he were an arms dealer, perhaps that's where he went to. Not me though, because that's not associated with me in any way, shape, or form. But maybe my friend. And I wink after I say that.
So the dog it is.
I mean, yeah, that's a place that we could go. Let's go there.
And I guess I'll start storyteller, I'll start heading
Mhm.
towards the little dock, uh the building that I was previously in.
Okay, you make your way down that straight alleyway that goes down south and brings you down to the docks. You hear the gentle waves laughing against the side, and yeah, there's that really ugly ruined office building. There's still that circular mirror that somebody propped up in front of it. There's no people around. Everything is very still.
I go I think I remember my friend mentioning this building in relation to some seedy deals he had going on, which may or may not have had to do with me, which probably don't have anything to do with me actually.
Okay.
And I don't know, I head on in.
Okay, it's exactly as you left it. Completely ruined site of broken chairs and desks, except for the large desk in the back that had the bag. There, Dee, that there's a back room that has the corpse of your employer.
Yeah, I take them to the back room with my employer's body. But emphasizing that he's not my employer, but he may have been my friend's employer.
Yep, you two see the dead body. You guys have been kindred for a while. You know this body has had its throat ripped out and drained of blood. And you immediately clock it.
Eat that nasty. Well, that's not great. I mean, I've lived on the street a while. I've seen dead bodies before, but you realize this is not great, right?
Yeah, there's a bag on the floor near the body.
Yeah, and I'm 100% grabbing a weapon from the bag.
All right, you open it up. There are three crossbows in there and bolts.
Okay, that's a little weird, isn't it?
A little old-fashioned too.
Yeah.
Feel like I've seen those before.
So hold on. what do we think actually happened back there? If this guy was an arms dealer, but he's selling really crossbow. That's so weird. No guns? I mean, come on. But so there were probably more of these, right? And
I
they were
might
fired
have
at somebody.
I might have remembered my friend mentioning that there were more bags.
I mean, that makes sense. I'm just saying though, so like, did they bring weapons to sell to somebody? Which again, these are weird weapons, but whatever. And then the people who were buying the weapons turned and tried to use them against, I don't know. I want to see, is this guy at all injured in any other way? Like, does he have a bolt sticking out of him anywhere?
Nope, his death is completely from getting his throat torn out and his blood
Okay.
drained.
So he wasn't the one injured. This is really a conundrum. We've got a dead person. We've got weirdo crossbows being sold under the table somewhere in the old city. This is, I mean, I don't know how legal these things are. I know more about guns. Probably not good to be carrying around. On the other hand, right now, might be a good idea. Grabs one and hands it to Carla.
All right, anyone who chooses to carry it can add the crossbow and bolts to their inventory. And we're not going to track normal ammo in this game, so you can just shoot it with a crossbow anytime.
Excellent.
Like a grenade we would track, but not basic ammo.
Right.
Just start chucking grenades.
Or if it was like
You don't have
a
infinite
special
grenades.
blast, silver, whatever. Yeah.
Storyteller, do I find it unusual that Walter he was like dealing in crossbows? I imagine Dee was expecting like guns or something when he opened the bag.
Oh, absolutely. It would be handguns, rifles, probably some grenades, typical like military weapon. Nobody would be selling crossbows. That's very strange.
Uh-huh. Okay. So he wasn't like the crossbow
No, definitely not. As I said, you're professional. You don't typically ask those questions, but no, nobody you work with would be selling crossbows. That's incredibly odd.
Mhm. All right. I mean, since he's already I will take one crossbow. Um, but I guess since Walter's already dead, I might rummage through his pockets just to see A, if he has money that he owes me, and B, if there's any sort of like info about who we were meeting tonight or anything like that.
All right, you begin to pat down the corpse, and I'm going to say since you have the investigation pat down skill, I'm going to say that you can tell that somebody already beat you to this and took everything of worth on him.
I let out an audible shit.
What's wrong?
This man's been searched.
Oh, yeah, that's not great. So we don't know who he is even?
My friend may have mentioned this fellow. I never met him, but he is apparently an arms dealer named Walter Walter H. Grevitt. You know, typical kind of like arms dealer stuff, but he's not like, as far as I know, he didn't like guns and stuff, not crossbows, so this is a little strange.
Okay, good. See, I'm not the only one who thinks this is weird. All right. I feel a little bit better now. By the way, Ripley is just like grinning every time you say your friend. Just like every time.
He's a little like sweaty, like uh-oh, like do they see through my act? But I feel pretty confident that I have you guys like unawares.
So, you think the guy that you're looking for, your friend with the mask, is here though, right?
Yeah, this was the last place he was seen.
Okay. I guess we should look around for, signs of anyone leaving from here.
I can even like I mean I can go so far as to like point out exactly where I saw him standing uh when I had approached the office initially.
Isn't
Uh,
that on the roof of the building?
I
Yeah,
will let I want Ripley and Carla to do wits plus awareness. As you ask what's going on here, like what happened to this moon. I will make the difficulty too, because it's kind of obvious what you guys are looking at here. Haven't you put it all
Okay,
together?
so
As you guys are trying to figure out what happened to him, you see a trail of blood, you see the blood all over him, and you see the what initially sparked this all off, the blood all over Dee. And he asked you, "Are you vampires?" It's all kind of maybe it's all kind of clicking.
Uh, you realize you're covered in blood, right, bud?
Yeah, I was trying to go for a realistic costume, for the celebration. Try to go all out this year.
yeah, right. Hmm. Going overboard a bit, but let's say we believe you.
Hey, I'm not one to judge. Um, you said up on the roof. Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Okay. Is there any way to like get up on the roof like a human would, by the way, storyteller?
Yeah, you could probably climb up there if you were determined. 'Cause the building is not very big. It's just kind of a square little office. I won't
Well,
make you roll for it if you want to get up there.
yeah. I'm gonna try and climb up there and see if there's anything to see. There probably isn't, but
All
you
right, you
know.
guys see Ripley climb up the side of the little office building, and as they look around, yeah, there really isn't any like evidence that somebody was ever up here.
Darn, not even a blueprint. Oh well. While I'm up here, I'm gonna like take the vantage point to try and like look around, see if I see anyone or anything that looks interesting.
I'm gonna say no because around you, to your west and to your east, and I guess to the south, there's south is the docks and more water, east and west are water, and north is up into the alleyway where you guys came out of.
Okay, so this is like definitely a potential egress from the scene that we were examining, though, right? Like this is a
Yeah, I suppose one technically could put a boat here and sail away if they wanted to. Although
right,
nothing
but
about
like
this dock tells you it's an operation on its own, of course.
gotcha. But this is like one of the places that like would be available if someone was running away to go to. So that makes sense.
Yep, we're on the east coast,
Well,
so we'll go out into the sea.
okay. Sorry, don't see anything. I'm coming down. I will not show off. I will climb back down like a person. This is so hard. Being human.
He's just constantly like on the lookout for any like subtle clues, by the way.
Just a person, just like you.
I'm very normal. You can trust me, basically.
I like this Mexican standoff that we have going on.
I mean, there's good reasons, to like just hold off a bit.
Yep, I'll say Carla and Ripley, you pretty much are pretty sure it's reasonable that he is the one. He has freshly embraced the kindred and he tore that person apart as part of his awakening. And normal people do not stick their finger in blood and taste it and just pal around with somebody covered in blood. So you both are very aware that you're likely both kindred, or I guess a vampire too. D was another word, kindred.
Okay.
But yeah, you may roleplay it as you wish, but everyone's kind of on to each other by now, I'd say.
Yeah, I feel like Ripley would have had suspicions from the beginning from the blood, but yeah, and the vision and all that.
Can by all means keep up the dance because it's funny, but
So, what else did your friend tell you?
That was the last thing he told me. He said he was on a roof and then he disappeared after that.
Well, I mean, if we were, good citizens, and I make a little salute, we would be calling the cops about dead guy in there, but I don't like to call the cops. Uh, Cops are bad, so we won't be doing that. They'll just have to discover him on their own. Uh, if you know who he is, I mean, maybe if we can find your friend, they know who his next of kin would be, so at least they can get, whatever. Anyway, um, how do we find this fella that you're looking for? Any ideas?
I guess, Storyteller, is there any way I can like since I was, hired for this, is there any way I can like call somebody and just try and get more information about what exactly went down tonight? Like who was maybe like on the other end of like who the buyer was or anything like that?
You do have context criminal. I guess you could probably have some kind of person that give you information. 2 dots worth of information.
Yeah, just I don't know, just like a generic fixer man or like underworld contact man.
All right, we'll say you don't even know what his name is. He's just like when he's just the number that you call and he answers the questions.
What is it? Mr. X.
Okay, I'll go with Mr. X. Is that what you're doing then?
Yes.
You bring it up and we'll say you're supposed to maybe you say something like bananas or something.
Like
The
as our
word.
safe word or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Bananas.
Yes, how may Mr. X help you today?
Hey, I'm trying to get some information about a job that went down, was going down tonight, over by uh this area is like the old city, is what it's called.
Yep, it's called the Old City.
Yeah, just sort of a weapon deal going on between like Walter and some party. I'm trying to find out who the buyer is.
In Armsdale on the night of the parade. That's pretty fucking dumb.
That's what I said.
All right, some pause, and he says, I have here selling crossbows and bolts. That doesn't sound right?
Yeah, that's the one.
All right, there seems to be a gang here operating in the old city. There's no, There seem to be new players. There's no information on what their name is, but there's definitely a gang in the old city that is buying crossbows and bolts. I wish I could be more helpful in that area. I don't know why anyone would do that, but
Do they have like any kind of like contact or like specific territory that they're hanging out around?
no, it's as if they just popped up one night.
Hmm.
I suspect they were once another gang and they became this one instead. Usually that requires a change in leadership, perhaps.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Mr. X, and bananas to you.
And the line goes dead.
And yeah, I'll just relate that information to the group. It's not much, but it sounds like the gang for this area. Um, I couldn't get like a name or anything, but it sounds like they sort of sprung up recently, and that's I don't know. They're the ones that sort of facilitated the sort of weapons deal with Walter.
Well,
So
I mean, that's something that's weird. Um, hmm. Do you think maybe they know more? I really don't particularly want to go approach a gang, but maybe if we could find one of them alone, that would be okay.
yeah, that sounds good to me. We can find somebody and persuade them to give us information.
Are you, you know, concerned about any of this? Your friend seems to be at the middle of some really bad stuff. Let's just say that. Some really bad stuff.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, but all the more reason why it's really important for me to find my friend so that he can have, and I do like bunny ears, like uh have a safe night. I like quotation marks with my fingers, I mean, sorry.
Gotcha. Okay. Um, Carla,
Yeah.
we should keep on the lookout for potential safe places to pull up here in case we get caught here or have to run to somewhere
Mhm.
from gang members, etc. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah. Sounds smart.
So
Okay.
as we end up exploring the entire old city tonight, apparently we need to keep that in mind, okay?
I remember that. If we find something, we'll mark it.
Yeah.
Okay. Save space. All right. So, arm deals. Mm.
Okay, so if this was the way that the arms dealer and potentially your friend ran off from the deal gone wrong in the market square. We should explore the other exits from that area and figure out where this gang is. See if we can, catch one of them alone to talk to. That's my plan as best as I can think of it, unless anybody has better ideas.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too. I mean, maybe we could go, like, I know the only people we've really encountered so far tonight are like the group of homeless people. So we could like see if they're familiar with like gangs in the area. It sounds like it's sort of like the main gang, if I understood correctly.
Yeah, and I mean, they said something went down with them. They weren't specifically hiding from them. So maybe, since they're local to the area, yeah, they might have more info. That's a good thought.
And I guess I just want to be clear, since you guys were okay, which I'm fine with too, not calling the cops about this scene here at the office, the dock office. Are you guys also amicable to the idea of maybe kicking down some doors to get some answer?
If we needed to, but I'd like kind of gesture between me and Carla. I'm not really kicking down doors types, but if necessary.
Hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not against it.
We'll find a way to get information anyway, whether it's kicking door or being very convincing. So we're more okay in that area of expertise. Less so kicking doors, as Ripley said.
Okay,
But
okay.
both works.
Like I said, I'm a no judgment zone. I've been living on the street a while, so well, let's backtrack then, shall we?
Sounds good.
Barney makes his way back up to that little alleyway again that leads up to the initial big back alleyway that leads into the rest of the city. Homeless people are still gathered there. They're not paying any mind.
Hello, hello.
Hmm.
We're still just looking for that fella. He's a friend of my friend here. Was wondering maybe he's with the local gang we heard about. Some guys running around with crossbows of all things. Got any idea where we can find some of them?
Uh, well, let's say it's a woman this time. Well, if you go past that market area that you were at, there's like old homes that are in pretty bad state. Somebody could be holed up there, I suppose. Sometimes we sleep there as well. Past that, there is a like an old I guess everything here is old. She kind of laughs at herself in an old warehouse. Which, like everything, it's in bad condition. But you could theoretically sleep there if you wanted. I've slept there a few times, but yeah, there's people running around here. I guess you would call them a gang. We didn't see any crossbows though.
Oh no, because they're pretty hard to miss. I point to the one that's on my back now.
She's like, oh well, I mean, I didn't see any before that one.
Okay, well, if you were protecting this area, you were, someone like that, young, strong, whatever, where would you be hanging out? More that way or more that way?
Oh boy, if I protect in this area, whew, if I could protect an area, I'd get the hell out of this one. But
Well, I assume that's what they're doing. I mean,
people don't come here to protect things. She's like, lady, sir, but they come here to hide.
I wonder what people would be hiding from and then wanting crossbows. That's really weird. But I guess to each their own. Okay.
She's like, maybe bear that we shoot bears with.
There are bears in the city?
He's like, no.
Yeah, well, all right. Well, guys, seems like let's just flip a coin, the one way or the other. What is the timekeeper?
We'll make it midnight.
So our options were a warehouse and there was just like was it a home or apartment that was down by the marketplace?
Some homes past the marketplace, like a residential area.
Hmm.
Yeah, as you've been walking through this place, it's very poorly laid out. It looks like it just kind of like built out like very haphazardly before anything was really planned.
Back in the days before city planning.
Yep. It's not quite a maze, but it's the next best thing.
My vote's for the homes.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Does Carla have an opinion or are you just going?
Homes too.
Okay.
If nothing else, we should be able to find something that we could potentially secure.
It was also nearby, like the scuffle, or it's like the neck area next over from like the scuffle where we found the crossbolts. So
Okay, the three make their way. They go through they pass the market area again, and yeah, there's a little alleyway up that top on top of it that you kind of go through, and it eventually comes out into some kind of residential area with a bunch of old homes that are indeed, a lot of them are kind of collapsed. Some are broken down, and there's about maybe one that you could probably get into without any problem.
That is also solid enough to
Yeah.
be safe for us.
Yeah, it looks like it's safe. It just there's no the top of it's kind of collapsed.
I just mean like as a potential, because what we're keeping an eye out for is if we can't get past the barricade that they have up until 7 a.m. Yeah, wanting a fallback plan for where to stay.
Yeah, it looks like it's safe. In fact, it actually has curtains that are over the windows. They look rather recent.
That's unusual. Shall we check it out?
All right.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm in.
Okay, you make your way in, and yeah, as you get inside, you can see that the stairways to the top and to what would have been a basement are collapsed. So it only leaves the front floor. The everything is looks like the main area has been touched, but the rest is very dusty. And yeah, there are curtains blocking it, which you would all immediately clock, or the two of you have been kindred for a while clock. Yeah, there's no sun that would hit in here because these curtains are up. And if you wish to search it around to see anything, I would need wits and awareness. Wits plus awareness, difficulty 3. Bestial failure.
Oh God.
Okay, we will trigger the Malkavian clan compulsion. You feel your derangement. I'm not sure if we're still supposed to call it that or not, but every Malkavian has a problem with themselves, some sort of mental issue, and that activates you. You need to lie about everything. And you also have a dice penalty through dexterity, manipulation, composure, and wits.
Yay.
So I'm not sure if that'll come into play, but yeah, you definitely need to lie about everything till I guess the
I
scene
mean,
ends.
they do half the time anyway, but now it's gonna be everything compulsively.
Okay. And you other two, Carla and Dee, you find in one of the corners, it's not quite as dusty. It didn't really make sense until you searched around because it barely qualifies as what would be bedding. Looks like two people were sleeping here, and there was something wrong with them because they were thrashing about wildly, and you can tell that because there were scratch marks on the floor that were made about their wildly thrashing about. There's no like what's the word I'm looking for? They weren't like chained here. They were just laying there thrashing about wildly.
Animals. Mm.
You can tell that it's people scratch marks though, not animals.
Okay. Now that's interesting. What do we make of this? D and Ripley? Like they weren't there forcefully, I guess, but the clone walk are clearly human.
Hmm. I mean, they might have just been strung out. Like druggies in this part of town probably aren't super rare.
Yeah, that's true actually. Forgot about that, but that's true.
Nope, I think it's bears. Definitely bears.
What do you mean? How can you be so sure?
It's a little baby bear cub. We gotta find it.
We're gonna find Berry Cub. Okay.
Yeah.
But it definitely looked like human clothes. I mean, unless there's human with beer cub or beer cub with human clothes. That's I'm not so sure about the beer cub. I don't know, D, what you think, but
I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't convinced when the homeless lady said it. I'm not convinced with Ripley saying it either.
okay, so nothing is convincing. Okay. Ah,
This is a
Storyteller, do we see?
lovely summer home. I'm gonna make my summer home.
Oh. Carla is kind of looking suspiciously at Ripley, but she doesn't know enough about our clan to like connect it, I guess. So she's just a bit weirded out. Okay. Storyteller, do we see anything else that could be useful or no?
Nope, just what I previously said. You can tell that the curtains are put up purposely to block the sun from entering.
Okay. Okay. So more to myself than anything, this could be another clan. Let me check my knowledge of etiquette. Yeah, I don't know if Carla would know enough to kind of connect the dot between everything in that situation.
Well, we do have intelligence. How about you just do intelligence plus awareness? Like you're just aware of what you're looking at in front of you.
Okay, I'm gonna
This
roll it.
intelligence will be the
So
knowledge in your head. Yeah, that works.
that make a pool of 7.
I'll make it. I'll make the difficulty 3, so you could take an auto success if you want.
Yeah, succeed.
Okay, Carla, with your knowledge of you are. We already said your character is a little more aware. So they had a proper teaching from their sire before they disappeared. You know that the Nosferatu have a very painful embrace, and that could explain the thrashing about. And clearly kindred was sleeping here. So
Okay. More because my mind is jungle. Out of seeing when we met the prince,
mhm.
you agreed that you told us about a Nosferatu, right?
Yes, he said the sheriff Rex Baker was forced out, and Rex Baker was a Nosferatu.
Okay. So sheriff was first out, Nosferatu, and those are claw marks from Nosferatu.
Yep, it looks like there was 2 that were being held here or left here.
Okay. How? I'm kind of facing a wall because we're still not out to each other, if I recall correctly. So can't really go about throwing clan name.
That is true. The new person with you doesn't know anything about any of this, and Ripley seems to be in just some sort of weird mental state where they're telling you random lies. I mean, you know that they're a liar. You've seen them lie, but this is nothing on the level you've ever seen before.
Okay, so I'm not gonna tell Ripley anything yet of what I think I saw. I'm still gonna turn to Dee and okay, I think we're but the 3 of us are very confused, but there's nothing else here. Um, like we can definitely make those claw marks, and we should keep them in the back of our mind. But we can stay around waiting for a divine intervention. So perhaps we should move on. I see nothing else that could be used right now, unless you have an idea, and I'm willing to listen, of course.
No, I agree. I mean, I think the biggest thing is there was definitely someone here.
Agree.
This is a little unusual. I might, I don't know if how far away like the window with the curtain is, but I would imagine Dee would probably like go to the window, maybe giving Carla and Ripley some privacy and just trying to like look out into like the not cul-de-sac, but like the area of homes and just like he's basically without consciously being, I want to use my vampire powers, just trying to focus on trying to see out into the darkness if he sees anything and maybe like using his eyes of the beast or something.
Okay, as of the beast, we'll say that, yeah, it is dark out there. It is fairly dark, but the moon is up pretty high, so that's how you've been able to see, because kindred by themselves don't technically have any ability to see. That's in the dark. That's from their disciplines, which you're activating now, and yeah, you see much more clearly. Everything is almost like it's daylight out there now. And as you see your reflection in the mirror, or excuse me, in the window, you do see like a red glint to your eye now that you can see in the dark. Your eyes sort of change to red.
I I probably let out a yelp, and I maybe start like trying to rub my eyes, and I'm keep looking back in the reflection. I was a little caught off guard by the intense color change.
Yeah, and as you mess around, that you can tell when you see in the dark, your eyes turn to red. Maybe as you turn it on and off to mess with it like a light switch almost.
I probably do that, yeah.
There, yep, and you can connect the two. You see in the dark, your eyes go red. But as for outside, no, it's very still. Been no movement, no change since you entered.
So while Carla was doing her thing, Ripley would have just kind of made
Hmm.
like a circuit of this space here, this floor. Um, is it able to be secured? Obviously not necessarily against vampire intrusion, but against humans during the day, normal means. Could we board it up some?
Yeah, nothing's been boarded up. It looks like it was just protected against the sun, and somebody hoped, whoever put these bodies there, hoped that nobody came in there. But it could technically be boarded up if you wish to do that, yeah. And you probably already figured out some of those things. I mean, you could tell that you would know that the sun was being blocked on purpose. You didn't pick up
Oh
anything
yeah,
else though.
for sure. Carla, thoughts?
Definitely, definitely that kind of place. Ripley, are you alright? So I'm kind of muttering to them since Dee is at the window still, I guess. But are you alright?
I am stellar. Never been
Mhm.
better.
So you still think those are bear claw marks, right?
That's what I said. Little baby
Hmm.
bear.
Nothing more normal bunny hairs came to your mind about those marks. Are you sure?
Hey, I mean, I know you think it's what you think it is, and I'm not trying to dissuade you. Just saying, I got bears on the brain right now. Little baby bears.
All right, I guess it's me and just me with that information for now. Okay, well, we don't have time to chase a bear, so we'll keep that
No, no,
in
I don't want
mind.
to chase a
Because,
bear.
yeah,
Don't
right.
chase a bear. Bears chase
Mm-hmm.
you, and that's bad too. So
Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna leave this place, I think, because there's a bear somewhere apparently, and that's not what we're looking for. So how about we move on? And she turns to Dee also when she said that there's a bear around here somewhere. So I mean, that's what Ripley said.
that's what I said.
That's
What did you say though?
no idea. I'm kind of confused, and that's why I'm willing to somehow believe that it's a bear. A bear, a tiny bear, a cub. Yep, a cub.
D
It's like you
finishes
don't know me at all, Carla.
Yeah.
D
It,
finishes rubbing his eyes, and he's just like, "Not you too."
I'm sorry. It's just we don't have much time, and she kind of look in the distance about that, but keep herself speaking of the sunrise. Keep herself from speaking of the sunrise. Oh, we don't have much time, so if needs be, we come back to this place. But for now, we have to hurry up and just leave. Trust me on that. The replay is, I guess, on another planet right now. They'll come back to us for sure.
All right, we can. I think our next location to check is the warehouse. Then we can head over there.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. The three of you make your way out of the dilapidated building, which you thought maybe could be a safe house for later, and you suppose you keep that in your mind. It is not it's not very far from the east that you begin to walk, and you come across the quite a large warehouse building. Now on this building there are gang tags. I will take there are black circles drawn over and over. It's very clearly a gang tag. You would have seen taggings like this all over the worst parts of the city, but maybe not these specific ones. I will take intelligence plus streetwise difficulty 3 to identify these gang tags. Did we just get it? What? What's going on?
You can tell me if I'm doing anything wrong, but
You got a critical. You're winning the game. What are you doing wrong? Did you yeah, failed. Okay. And before I forget, Ripley, you've come out of your compulsion. And mechanically, when you go into a compulsion, you're not like, oh, I'm in a compulsion. You don't actually know that that happened. You thought like that was what you were supposed to be doing at the time. So,
Yeah.
all right. So we have a messy critical. What do I want here? It's not really anything too bad to do right here. How about we put a pin in that and I will penalize you later.
All
Negative
right.
free penalty later.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, you feel very flustered, Carla. Like something just maybe you're just pissed. She's lying. He's some new kindred. You're like, fuck this shit. And but yes, you do tell. I don't know how your character would know that, but I guess they do know because they have high intelligence. And the critical, I don't even reward a critical. And I'll just give you like a bonus. I'll give her a penalty dice coming up, and I'll give you a bonus dice coming up. There. It's
okay.
probably the easiest thing to do here because this is a very minor roll. But all right, this is the Empty World Gang tag. They've popped up in random parts of the city, and nobody's really sure what they do, what they sell, what their MO is. They're very, very new to the scene. But somebody, you would think that they were something else, but somebody took them over and they became this new gang, which apparently they have a new motif, which whatever it would be related to these crossbow cells, which we already learned from Mr. X. And it seems like they're becoming more and more bold lately. Maybe Carlos, you recognize this so well. I suppose maybe you just saw something online and you're kind of a nervous
Okay.
person. Maybe you're looking up people that could be dangerous to you.
Yeah, that would be Carla.
As you know, you've been going to random weird places in the city. So yeah. So yes, this building has been tagged. It's owned by the Empty World gang. There are black circles all over it.
I
Well,
don't recognize this, which I guess if they're really new makes some sense. You guys know who this is?
I feel like I've seen something about it online.
This is empty world gang territory.
Oh, is it?
Empty world. I wonder what
Is
that
it?
means.
Yeah, is it good? Is it bad? It can only be bad, but how bad?
I mean, they're kind of a mysterious gang. They're not,
Okay.
I don't even think people know what they do, like sell or anything like that. But I know lately I've been hearing them making a lot of making a lot of big moves lately.
So, can we assume that if we go further, we'll meet some people?
I mean, I'm assuming since I don't think they would have tagged this area if it wasn't their turf.
Hmm.
Well,
Well, what
that
do we
means
do?
we should be careful.
Huh. Yeah, so far we're not doing too bad, so I guess we can test our luck a little bit further.
All right, we'll say that you are on the side of the building. So if you go further, you'll probably run into some sort of doors or some kind. So you can approach that how you will, how you wish.
We'll
Is there
probably be
anybody around the
peeking,
door?
yeah, to see if there's like guards outside.
Does somebody want to stealth to find that or not?
I have one that's in break-in.
Okay, there are windows, but they are a little up, so Carla will need a boost.
But the door, can it be open first? Because
Well, did you go up there? Because you don't actually know if the door's open, if it's closed. So you're still on the
okay,
side.
okay,
What I
in
was
that
asking what your approach is, just to boldly walk up or sneak up or look through the window.
what do you guys think we should do? Should we sneak up since we don't know if there's anybody else
Yeah,
around?
I think we should like peek the corners of the building where there would be
Okay.
a door because we don't know if there's somebody maybe outside.
Mm-hmm.
So that would
Or
be
even
good to
up.
know first.
All right. So you said I need a boost, right?
Yep, the windows are up, but you would need a boost.
you can give Carla a boost.
Okay.
All right. Can I get a boost? What do I see now? If I got the boost.
You see two people in there.
Uh-huh.
And you need some kind of roll, like man, I hate to do. I think wits and awareness is getting spot hidden, basically.
Okay.
God damn it.
Yeah.
It
I
always
have
happens.
six. I have six in those two. I
Right.
mean 3 and 3. So
Cool. What I'm going to do, Carla, is we're going to make the difficulty 3, but I'm going to cut your dice in half because of your messy critical. So you only have 3, and you have to get
damn.
exactly 3.
Okay. Pool of 3, anger 2, and difficulty 3. I'm planning for a failure, but
You can do it. Fighting.
nah.
Yeah, you think you see 2 people, but it's not very clear, and you can't really make out any details.
Damn.
Did it actually?
Anything else I can catch or no? Like
No, not on the fail, no.
okay, so I go down. I may or may not have seen something, but can't be sure. I feel like I saw people, but there is something. I just can't decipher what it is. Sorry.
Okay, Carla failed to really discern much in there other than she can tell you that there are people in there, which, doesn't really help you because you already pretty much knew that.
But you only saw 2 people, huh?
I would say I want to say yes, but I wouldn't bet everything on that. At least 2, I guess. But yeah, sorry. It was very dark for some reason, and I couldn't really see. I don't know. That's strange.
Yeah, it's all good. I guess pull out my crossbow, and I was like, I think we could take on 2 people.
Okay, hold on. I did say 2 minimum, but I'm not even sure. Is there any other way we can first do another check? Because if there's more than 2, I
Well,
don't
we're
know.
not getting in that way, so we should go check out the door then, right? Like, because, I mean, if you need a boost, I would also need a boost.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how we'd get all three of us up to a window anyways. Let's go around to the door, shall we?
I mean, I can say I can reward the D's critical by letting him auto stealth, but he'd have to, of course, leave the group, go in front of you.
Yeah, I'll do that.
You want to like sneak into position with the crossbow ready?
Yeah.
Okay. You kind of just see D get into very stealthily into position, like they were a true professional, and they kind of disappear towards the front. And D, from your perspective, there's some old like crates that have just been laying around, that were presumably in the warehouse at one point, and you hide behind it and knock your crossbow behind it, level on it, and you are prepared for anything that happens with the ambush.
Okay, but I'm like facing towards the door.
Yeah, the door is closed. Yes.
Okay.
There wasn't anybody out front guarding. Okay,
Nope.
that's good.
Yeah, I give like a sort of all clear hand gesture from a distance.
Okay, that will clear up the critical and massive critical. The rest is up to you.
I'm gonna try to quietly approach this door.
Okay. So do you want to like what is your plan with the door? Are you gonna open it or
Yeah, I want to open it. I kind of want to just like open it a little bit and peek, though, if that's possible.
it is? They're just gonna figure out what the rule would be. I mean, stealth seems pretty obvious. Stealth, and you're looking in. So try to be stealth plus wits. So you're just bringing in the information in front of you. Gives you the dice of 4. I mean, you're just peeking in, so we'll make it like I guess 2, difficulty 2.
Hey,
Margin of
success.
0. Okay. Margin of 0 means you popped it open and you looked in. You can see like one person from the door is just open a little bit. Then you're sure that they haven't noticed anyone outside.
Taking a listen with the door open, which should be a bit easier. Do I hear any talking or anything?
I would say no. They just seem to be kind of the guy you see. It's a guy. He has you can you can see that he has like a pistol like shoved in his waistband. He's leaning against a crate. There doesn't seem to be any conversation. It just seems like maybe some kind of boring guard duty. He's just standing there.
So with the little sliver of like warehouse that I get as I peek in, and I can see the one person, is
You
there
only see
like
one, yeah.
multiple levels to the area though, or
It appears to be, just from what you can tell from the outside, just a huge like square room or square
okay.
building.
I will ease back a little and make, pew pew handgun type motions to the others. In there, they have guns.
In
Oh, that's
my
not looking good.
What were you gonna say, D?
in my mind, I thought D at first mistakes the pew pew sign as like, oh, like start shooting, but then he hesitates. Hmm. I mean, we could get the drop on them, I guess.
Hmm.
Kind of
Yeah.
waiting for Carla to weigh in before I do anything crazy.
I'm not against it, but I'm not sure about the success of this. But unless we have any other option, I'm willing to follow the shot.
You're willing to what?
Follow the shot, so
Oh, just like try and get the drop on them.
yeah.
So Ripley's like points to themselves and points to inside and makes a kind of like I'm gonna draw them out, get them to come out type motion. And
Yeah,
I'm
that
gonna-
sounds good since I'm in position.
Yeah, because then you would have like a shot. Ripley's gonna get like, kind of pick a crate that's near the doorkeeper
Mm-hmm.
that I'm gonna kind of like take cover behind from the door and is going to very quickly kick the door really hard, dive for the cover, and yell, Capside PD, come out with your hands up.
Well, you say you're diving, so dexterity definitely has to be in there. And I guess it would be, I guess, subterfuge. I guess you're lying,
Yeah,
I guess.
that makes
Think
sense.
dexterity is subterfuge. We'll
Okay.
make it 3. Okay, you are missing 1. Okay, go ahead. Spend a powder roll. Nope.
No, didn't do
Okay,
anything.
so Ripley picks open the door and yells, Capside PD, and he pulls his gun out of his waistband and shoots towards the door. All they had to do was not fail, basically. So if they have shot Ripley, they have 0 margin. As Ripley takes 2 damage. As when they jump, they get clipped in the shoulder for 2 damage. I guess it's not really a clip at that point. It just hits you right in the shoulder as you fall behind the crate. All right, Carla, what is your response to this? And
Okay. Well, that sucks. First and foremost, I'm looking at my discipline. Sorry if I forgot or just we don't have that information, but how many people can we...
You're at the side of the building. You can't really see anything.
Fuck. I was gonna use compel, but
Yep, you definitely don't. You definitely do not have eye contact with anybody. You can run up and try it. That's up to you.
I'm gonna indeed run up, but I'm gonna be careful because I heard those gunshots, right?
Okay, Carla's plan is to run up and compel the person. And Dee, what is your plan?
I'm gonna let loose the crossbow.
You are in a gunfight, so it is composure plus firearms.
Okay.
This person has already fired in. They were drawn towards the other person. They have not noticed you. There won't be any opposed roll. You just gotta see how much what your margins are.
Okay, so just do pool 4.
Yes. Okay, your margin is 2. The crossbow will be 2. So I guess what happens is as he shoots Ripley in the shoulder and they dive away, you immediately fire back with your crossbow, hitting them probably somewhere in the stomach for 4 points of damage. He is still standing, but it's obvious he is in pain. Now, after you've done that, another person comes out and returns fire at you. You are in cover, I believe. Actually, doesn't really matter if you're in cover because you get rapid reflexes, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're being fired at, right? They have a pull of 4, so I take away. And I think, do you want to dodge or no? I think maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll dodge.
Dexterity plus athletics. Yes.
Okay. So my pool and then anything else or just the pool?
Nope, just the pool unless you want to, unless you have some kind of thing you can add to it if you feel more comfortable.
Yeah,
I'll
I thought.
get a 1 success. Okay, so I have 3 successes. As the second one comes out and fires at you, that means the margin is 2. So that means 2 damage plus 2 for the yeah, well, I guess small gun is plus, so you take 4 damage. Now you do have toughness. You can rouse the blood to halve the damage if you wish.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so do a rouse roll, a pool of 1. All right, you do not get any blood. So this person shoots you. We'll say they shot you maybe in the upper shoulder area, but it doesn't seem to hurt as much as it should, as your skin seems to be more resilient than you thought it would. Because I imagine his power just kind of comes on its own instinctively. So you take 2 points of damage. And by the way, that's on your health. You put the little slash thing.
Okay, on the box.
Yeah.
Okay.
Slash means superficial damage, which is what you have taken. All right. And then, so those are flurry of gunshots. It all happened at once, basically. And Carla runs up, and there is one person with a crossbow bolt in their gut. There's another shooter, unharmed. I will give you the choice on who to compel and what you say.
So there's one who's been shot, right?
Yep, one has a crossbow bolt in his gut. The other's fresh and just shot the new person you met, Dee.
Okay, no, this one. I'm compelling this one.
So, okay.
I'm gonna compel him to shoot himself in the knee or something. No, don't need to.
So with eye contact, you can issue a single action command. So I guess it's just one word, or no longer than a short sentence. Okay, it must be possible to complete it in 1 turn.
I want him to shoot himself in the thigh.
In the thigh. Let's see here. It is charisma. Your pool is charisma plus dominate.
Okay, so got to 3. So
His pool is intelligence plus resolve.
3.
You still have 3 dice for this.
So I have pool of 3, anger 2, and difficulty of how many?
Well, he rolled a 3. This is opposed roll. He has 3 to pull through his dice. You have 2 success. He has 3. And I mean, if you want to, you can attempt the blood surge if you want, but
Yeah, I would like to do that if that's
okay.
possible.
So first of all, roll your just roll the rouse rouse your blood. Okay, so you gain no hunger. So now just roll 2 dice.
Okay.
And we'll add that to the 2 successes you already have. All right, that'll make it
4.
4.
And I got 1 hunger. Okay. There you go.
Yeah, he puts the gun down at his thigh and he pulls the trigger. He goes down on the ground in pain.
Good.
The other guy with the crossbow bolt in his guts, like, come on, stop, enough.
You're the one who started shooting. Why should we stop?
Well, we thought it was the police. What do you mean we're the one who started shooting? You started this whole thing.
Oh, so okay. So you would shoot the police. Okay.
Well, of course. We are
Yeah, of course.
criminals.
You can see that.
Drop the gun and we won't kill you.
All right,
Exactly what they said.
Okay, he throws his pistol, or I guess he just kind of shoves it on the ground towards you. That would be
All
towards
right, all
Ripley. You
right.
said that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I grab it.
they're two very young 20-something males. They're wearing black hoodies. There's nothing anything remarkable that sticks out on them. You just think they're young gangbangers. It's like, why did I shoot myself?
I guess impulsive thinking, perhaps. I don't know. Intrusive thought or something.
Intrusive
Um,
thoughts.
yeah.
Yeah, do you ever think about hurting yourself? Oh, I hope not. That's sad. But maybe you do, because you did.
Well,
So,
not only it does, but it did actually. So intrusive thought for sure.
I mean, he looks over at his friend with the gut shot. Like, we gotta get him some help. We gotta get him out of here.
well, that is going to be kind of a problem because the police have this whole area blocked off until, the morning. But maybe if you take them someone who is that injured, they might let you through. Look, um, quick question. We are looking for someone and we thought they were hiding here. Have you seen any creepy dude with a half angel, half devil mask running around here? Do you know that person?
No, I've not seen anyone. There's been a lot of weird shit going on though.
Oh,
There,
tell me.
yeah, there was like I guess a biker gang. They must have been hopped up on PCP or something because we were shooting at them and didn't really seem to have much effect.
Huh. Did they get out of here before the lockdown or would they still be in the area? Is this after?
Yeah, they did their thing. They killed some of us and they left. Our leaders came back and cleaned up and left us on guard duty. They said it would be safe. Nobody's gonna come back here. I guess they were fucking wrong. I mean, you shot John. What the hell's wrong with you people?
Yeah,
Yeah.
real sorry about that.
Oh, you behind the crates. You gonna come out there or what?
Yeah, I'll come out.
He looks at your gun. Is like, yeah, kind of like him. It barely had any effect. I clearly shot that guy. He's up and walking.
Oh no, that's interesting.
Well, look at me. You guys
Barely.
started all this. This is your fault.
Oh, come
You
on,
could have just
don't
knocked
blame
on the
us.
door. We just said, "What's up?"
Yeah, right, sure. Sure, sure. So you said no effect, right? Hmm.
What would it even be to like try to help a human with a wound?
There is a medicine roll. I guess
Well, I
intelligence
guess
plus
there is an
medicine. Yeah,
element
your
medicine.
knowledge plus your ability of medicine.
Yeah, I'm not very good.
Yeah, he was shot in the gut. He took. He only has like 2 health left. I think it gave him. So yeah, probably be like difficulty 3. Just.
I have 3 in medicine.
Oh right, I forgot. Carla has an amazing medicine skill.
Yeah, Carla's actually good at that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll make the difficulty
Carla,
3.
you want
Okay.
to like take a look at this guy, and Ripley will meanwhile like try to just do really really basic like make sure the other guy isn't gonna bleed out. Just like tourniquet
Mhm.
his wound on his leg or whatever.
Yeah, I was saying he shot himself in the fatty area of his thigh. You're pretty sure he'll be okay. He just needs to get the
Okay.
bullet out, basically.
Okay. So I roll medicine something else with medicine.
Intelligence plus medicine, difficulty 3. And
Okay, so 7.
so
Okay.
that's an auto success if you want.
Well, I have hunger 3.
So do you want the auto success?
Yeah, I want the other success, sorry.
All
Yep.
right. All right. That's actually amazing. I didn't realize your character had that. Yeah, all see Carla just sort of she pulls out the crossbow. No, I guess you would break it on the end and she drops the blood up and she leaves it in because you got to get to the hospital proper, but he's stable. He'll last the night until he gets better care than can be provided because I don't really think you have supplies on you or anything. But and yeah, the other guy is he's pretty much the same. He'll be all right. They both just need to go to someone proper later. You're pretty sure no one's gonna die from these wounds. It's like
Alright, so it's settled.
the guy who shot in the thigh. He's like, well, thanks, for I guess not completely being assholes.
Yeah, we
I
didn't know
mean,
what the
you shot
situation
yourself.
was.
Yeah, we were
Gotta
just
say, uh,
defending our turf here. You kind of just blundered in.
Just a detail,
I
but
mean, why would you be in this part of the city anyways? We're gangs. We're part of a gang. What is your problem? Why would you be here?
I told
we're
you we're
just
looking
doing.
for a creepy guy.
Hmm.
Yeah, we just told you.
And
There's
Yeah.
creepy people everywhere.
well, it's a particular creepy guy, and we need to find this person tonight.
Well, there was a
Yeah.
whole gang of creepy people that attacked us, but nobody was wearing any masks. They were just biker-looking dudes,
Alright, we'll do with that information.
leather jackets and all that crap.
Oh yeah, the classic.
But how many of them were there?
Oh man, there's like 6 of them. Just kind
Uh,
of just rolled over us, taking gunshots like it was nothing.
Are you the folks that were collecting crossbows What was that then?
Oh yeah, we're buying crossbows for some reason.
Why is that? Do you know?
I am not. They've not told us that.
Okay, yeah, because that's what we heard was like that the local gang is buying crossbows. Honestly, you should probably inform your street people just a little bit better because then they can like help out like wandering
Uh,
idiots like us. And
we are the straight people. We were left here with the shit job.
I mean, yeah, just tell your leaders, like spread a little bit more information around that keeps people, away
Well,
from
our leadership has
places.
changed recently. We're not even really sure what's going on. Kind of left in the dark here.
Oh yeah? Who is your new leader?
I have no idea.
You don't know?
No, there's just been a reshuffling. We're at the very bottom here.
Okay. So, what exactly do you guys do?
Well, we
Like,
used to, just sell, we used to buy weapons and we used to steal people's drugs and sell them. I don't know what we're doing now. Everything's confusing. We were just stuck here on guard duty, just paying our dues.
what are you even guarding?
I don't know. They think this place is important. They want to come back here eventually.
Okay.
Hmm.
Do you ever like guard your higher ups or anything like that?
No, that wouldn't be to little street people like us.
Which direction did the creepy bikers go?
Pretty sure they went back towards the west. So they ran us off, and everyone just kind of fled. It was panic, and they left eventually. I guess because sometimes towards the daytime, and during the daytime, or we cleaned up, removed most of the bodies, with the gun shells and all that stuff. I think we got most of it.
Do you mind if just one of us takes a look? I mean, you guys are gonna have to go for medical care anyway. I just want to. It was this place, right? That got shot up.
No, it was out in the market basically.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So this was all part of that thing that you told us about, Dee. Your
Hmm.
friend's weapons deal.
Interesting. So then the deal was with you guys when this biker gang came in and sort of messed things up.
Yep, it was just panic and chaos, and people were getting shot but not feeling it. It's the weirdest thing I ever saw, man.
That's the flavor of the night, isn't it? Weird.
Well, did you see anything weird other than people not feeling being shot happen at, at the place, the thing?
No, maybe what's weirder than that?
I mean, that is pretty weird, but just wondering. We have seen a lot of weird stuff tonight, and I'm just wondering if these guys are responsible for all of it. Keeper, Storyteller, were we back to the west when we were in that house?
Nope, you were just a little bit. Both the housing place and the warehouse you're in are on the east part. You have not explored the west part yet.
Okay, gotcha. All right, I think we know where we need to go, guys.
Yeah, it sounds like these biker gang people are who we're looking for. Um, Before we head out or anything, I think one of the gang members threw their gun to the ground, right?
Yeah, no, I totally grabbed that.
Yeah, Ripley has it. As you think about it, you see it in Ripley's hand.
Okay. I guess the gun of the other gang member,
Yep, he
I'm
shot
gonna
himself in the thigh. He's still carrying it.
I'm gonna take that from him and ask, you don't mind if I borrow this, do you?
Do I have a choice?
And I yank it out of his hand. It's like,
Yeah, he doesn't really fight, but it's clear he's unhappy about it. It's like, fuck you, man. Come on.
and I will say at this point it's very visible that I'm maybe crying the tears of blood again.
So, okay, you all see tears of blood come down these sides of his eyes,
Oh,
Oh,
which
I know that one.
now
hey,
there wasn't any
buddy.
mystery, but now you both know for sure he's a kindred. There's no mistaking it now.
Uh, do you still have your mask on? by the way? Probably not if you were shooting. I might pull your mask down for the peoples. Hey, buddy, you under a little bit too much stress? That only happens when you're super stressed.
It's been a stressful night, what can I say? And the guy who has the crossbow bolt still stuck in his stomach, I'll tell him again. I'm real sorry about that, by the way.
He's kind of laying back now. He's getting a little sleepy.
Yeah, you rest that off.
Yeah, we didn't know you weren't the bad guys.
Yeah,
Look,
they are bad guys. It's not your bad guys.
again, a street kid, no judgment. So,
Yeah. Oh, I see. I see. Okay, that's fair.
yeah, are you gonna be able to get him to a hospital?
Well, I guess we'll hold up here for the night. In the morning, when the police blockade lifts, I guess we'll find our way out.
Okay, I suggest you tell him that like it was a antique you found, and this was a, the equivalent of a hunting accident. You were playing
Oh,
around
don't you
with the
worry about
thing.
it, person. We have people in our gang that patch us up. We just got to get to them.
Oh, okay, good, 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 because, they ask all sorts of questions at normal hospitals.
Yeah, there's no way we're going to a normal hospital.
Gotcha. All right. Well, be safe, and yeah, I guess wish us luck because we're gonna need it.
He kind of grits his teeth, so good luck.
I mean, if we succeed, it's probably good for you because maybe the creepy guy is part of this bad clan.
Oh, he thinks like, oh, that's a good point. You either kill them or they'll kill you. Awesome. Never mind. Yeah, great luck. Have a good fucking night.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. All right, let's go, guys.
All right.
Try to be nice to people. I know my kindness. They are muttering all the way.
Okay, so two of you took damage, right? You took.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now you can arouse the blood to heal that superficial damage. It's up to you whether you wish to do that. So you do risk your hunger coming up every time. So before you head off, I will ask: is anyone going to try to heal their damage?
I'll heal. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I feel like
so I believe your blood only heals one per rouse because you're blood potency one. Okay, so do a rouse.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Your hunger goes up, but you take away one superficial damage. And
why not?
would you like
Let's
to
be
try again or
original.
not?
Nah, just the one's fine.
Okay, just the one is fine. You have one hunger, I believe, because you started at zero for draining your boss completely. Okay, Ripley heals 1 point of damage, but their hunger rises by one.
Mhm. I'm at 3 now.
And what can I get a hunger check? What are you at?
I'm at 3.
There, 3. Okay. And is that it, or you can try again?
I think that's probably better be it because
Okay. Yeah, Carla, you see a little hunger going both their eyes. You know what that look is.
Yep.
Yeah, the party heals a little bit. I guess you both kind of see your wounds heal a little. It's becoming more and more clear. Maybe nobody says anything, but you see wounds knitting a little bit.
well, I wasn't gonna say anything when we're in front of other random humans.
Oh, I imagine you were doing this as you were walking towards the
Yeah,
west.
but now it's like, yeah, can see you, I see you. So can we stop pretending now?
Yeah, I think at this point when Dee sees like the one of the bullet wounds like sort of heal, uh, he starts to come clean about who he is. Guys, I know you think of me as just an average Joe looking for his friend, but the truth of it is that I was the arms dealer that was involved in all this mess.
Okay. So where does this person with the mask? Are they even real?
Oh, they're real. You know, I'll be honest, my memory's a little fuzzy about what happened tonight, but the person, my uh, finger quotes friend, uh, he is just the first person I saw when I woke up covered in blood. And he seems to be connected to whatever happened to me, whatever happened to my employer. And, I got my suspicions about, you two, but all I'm going to say is the only thing I care about tonight is putting a bullet in this guy's skull for revenge for what he did to me. So
Okay, so you think that the guy with the mask is responsible?
just a gut feeling, that's all I'm kind of going off of, but that's what's keeping me going.
All right.
Although maybe there's a little doubt in your mind because he did say we don't have to believe him, of course, but he did say he had nothing to do with what happened to you when you met him.
That could be true. I don't know. Well, either way. Yeah, there's a little bit of doubt, but I need somebody to blame. Maybe it's not the most rational thing.
Okay. We continue to the west side of the old city, which takes us down. You pass through the ruined office. It goes to the west again. Then the little alleyway leads you up, and you enter into a public area. Looks like it was some kind of park at one point. Now, of course, like everything else, it is destroyed, derelict. Yep, it looks like it was almost a part at one point. You see overgrown vegetation. There were picnic tables that had been flipped over. There were flower pots that were smashed.
Why doesn't anybody clean up this area of the city? I feel like once upon a time this was a pretty nice place.
Once
Look at all
upon a
this-
time, I guess, yes.
Yeah, look at all this stuff just destroyed for no reason.
Hmm.
Any sign of people? Anybody see anything?
As you look around, you see that the public area to the west further is like it's almost like an apartment complex or old-fashioned. And from there, somebody runs out. He's a disheveled young man. He has crazed eyes. He has a knife in his hand. He begins to yell at you. Are you here to grab me like that masked man grabbed the two others?
No, 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 no,
Shut
no,
up!
no,
I'm
no.
asking the questions. Did the scary ass masked man send you? Answer me or die. And
No,
he's
we hate the
waving the knife
masked man.
around.
We're looking for him to take him out. He hurt our friend.
He doesn't seem to believe you. What is your attempt to either take him down or what's the word I'm looking for? De-escalate.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely trying to de-escalate. I think that would be probably a manipulation persuade.
All right. Do you want to use your all ability as well?
Oh, heck yeah.
It is free, so it doesn't technically cost you anything. Okay, so manipulation. Yeah, manipulation plus persuasion. Yep, and then add whatever your +1 for your presence. Oh, geez, you have a really high. Oh, that don't you?
Yeah, I do.
That's 8 dice, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you don't have to roll. He just kind
Oh,
of
okay.
puts his knife to his side and he looks at you kind of dumbstruck.
It's okay. It's okay. We're not here to hurt you.
Oh, okay.
So you don't know where the creepy masked man went?
He seems to be everywhere. He pops up and he appears and he disappears. I don't know.
Okay, that's good to know.
I mean, I do drugs, but not those kind of drugs.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh, you
Um,
do?
mhm. Oh yeah. Uh, Party scene's my scene. Quick question. Who did he take?
He took two, like, I don't know, I think they were like college kids. They were twins.
Oh man,
It's really weird.
that's not good. Where was this?
This was, this was here. They were just wandered back here. A lot of you people do that. It's like a little thrill to come into the old city, which none of you belong here.
Well, I mean, I used to, but
Oh,
yeah.
maybe that's why I'm talking to you. Maybe that makes sense.
Um, the masked man, was he wearing a mask that was like half angel, half devil?
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. And he
Okay,
was all
yeah,
covered up in
good.
a robe, and he appears and disappears. It's really creepy. It's really scary.
Yeah. Did he say anything when he grabbed these people?
He didn't even take notice of me. He didn't care because he didn't think I was a threat. And to
Well,
be
I mean,
honest, I'm probably not. I wouldn't mess with him. He was.
that's probably good for you. Like, I don't think that this is like the best, kind of gesture to the knife. Probably not the best way to deal with this particular problem, especially if he can like seem to appear and disappear. You should hide. Really, is what you should do. So right here in the square, like out in the open, they were just wandering
He
around.
seems to obey your command. He goes find one of the ruined picnic tables and ducks behind it.
Hold on, buddy.
He pops
Um,
up his head. He said hide.
I meant somewhere inside. Is there anybody in this area who like protects it?
No, I just come here to, not do drugs.
Sure. Yeah, that's exactly what I did when I was here.
Okay, fine. I can't lie to you. I do drugs here.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
usually not a problem because people avoid this place, but it's been really busy the last couple nights.
Yeah, it's been a while, but this place seems to be wilder than you know, when I was last having to find spots to crash in the city. Um, have you seen any like crazy bikers come by tonight?
There was some like gunfire, but that was on the other side, and he points towards the east. They didn't seem to come over here.
Okay,
I was too busy hiding from the scary guy to really care.
gotcha. And you didn't see where he went with the people he stole?
I think he went over that way as well, but that was like before. I know there's other homes over there, but I don't know why you would put two college kids there. None of this really makes sense to me.
No, none of it makes sense at all. Um, but that's okay because sometimes it's better not to know things, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you get inside somewhere, find a flop house, pull yourself up till morning, and then, you know, maybe I know they're pretty straight laced, but maybe go find one of the hostels or something. Okay.
they don't let you in unless you're clean. I'm not clean.
Well, yeah, there's that. I mean, if I'm still alive by morning, maybe I can, come find you tomorrow night and give you a place. But in this case, just, like just hide, stay safe. That's what is important. Okay?
Yeah, think I'll stay here if you're going over that way. If it's clear, then I'll go in there later. Does that work for you?
Okay.
Because I know the scary man came out of there multiple times, and he points to the old apartment buildings on the west.
Good to know. Okay, friends, shall we?
Right? He ducks behind the picnic table trying to hide. His foot's kind of popping out a little. You clearly see him. All right, you guys walk towards the old looking apartment complex. It's kind of like a row of homes almost. And yeah, some are so ruined they can't be entered. Others, maybe it's possible. It's quite the urban jungle, as it were. And I would say it's gonna take some time to look through all this stuff. So I would take resolve plus survival difficulty 3 as you are popping in and out of the homes to see if there's anything that's pertinent to your investigation. I said resolve plus survival difficulty 3. You have 4. If you want to use the blood surge, you may. I'm not sure if the others can even get to that.
I mean, if I got
Yeah.
complete success, it's like
Okay, so you have 3. You have 3, so it is possible. I'm not sure what Carla can do here. No, Carla also has 3. So it's possible
I
for
feel
all
like
your...
I probably should have survival, but if it's like more like wilderness survival, maybe not. Should have urban survival.
Hmm. Can I roll and then, based off my roll, do a surge or?
I mean, technically you're supposed to search before. I've just been kind of lax with the rules because we're new. This is
Uh,
like a risk reward kind of thing.
yeah.
So I would prefer the surge to come before, but I've been a little let things fly.
All right, I'll surge.
So it is possible for you to make all of you to make this, but we're gonna have to surge you for
So
surge and
pool of 1.
willpower. So you do a rouse,
Uh-huh.
basically. You gain the 2 dice and you do not gain any hunger.
Awesome.
That will add 2 to your dice pool, whatever that is. Resolve plus survival. I will be nice to let you all wait to see if Sino gets it if you want before you make your choice. Or excuse me, if D gets it. That I'll allow, but yeah, you are supposed to surge first.
You said difficulty 3.
Yep. All right. Margin of 1. That's pretty good. Yep. So I will not worry about the other rest of you rolling then, and you'll just kind of see D just kind of takes over. He's popping in and out. It's pretty clear that he's he's done stuff like this before, perhaps. As he goes through, there's maybe about a dozen homes slash apartments slash whatever they really are. It's hard to tell because of how damaged everything is. About the 7th of these homes, do you find a side of there? There's a floorboard. There's a barely perceptible outline, but you pick it up or pick it out, should I say? Clearly, something is under this floorboard. Something has been placed underneath it.
Mm-hmm. I pull it open.
All right, you pop it open. There is old clothing. They reek of vomit, and there's a weird green substance all over them.
What
Hmm.
is that?
And as you look around, you can see that the place of this actually had the windows boarded up properly. Like it would be impossible for light to hit this. So if you are, I guess instinctively, maybe you would know that sunlight is your enemy. So yeah, it's pretty clear that a vampire was sleeping here.
Okay. I mean, in case I haven't already, I'll let everyone know I found something.
All right, both of you are able to go in and see that. He's clearing, they're like regular, like casual street clothing, but there is a green substance all over and it smells like vomit. It doesn't look like vomit, but it definitely smells like it.
Does this look familiar to us?
Well, Carla did a roll earlier. If you can think back to a conversation you had with the
Yep.
prince.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking about it, but
You were thinking in the right direction. The prince said something earlier, would make this make sense.
I can't recall specifically.
The ex-sheriff, right? Carla, does this seem like what his whole deal was?
I have a...
The Nosferatu. Didn't he have a condition?
Wait a minute.
Yep.
Storyteller, can you... Yeah, sorry, I had noise in my room. Can you... I remember about the Nosferatu, but can you give back the information the prince gave specifically?
All right, Carla, you did a roll earlier, which determined that it was a Nosferatu that went through these that was thrashing about, and the embrace was extra painful. Yeah.
I do remember that. Yeah.
Okay. And if you connect that back, what the prince told you that the sheriff was a Nosferatu who was ousted in his position because he He was just disgusting in the eyes of Renaud, because he had green boils that were all over his skin.
Okay, okay. Now then. All right. So, guys, remember the first kind of house we were at with the beer cub or something like that?
Oh, right. I just said that. I was
Yeah.
stuck
You
on
did say that.
bears.
It wasn't a beer cub. It was Nosferatu. Two of them. It was clearly the mark of them. I'm sorry, Replay. No beer cub. Perhaps there's one,
Yeah.
but those claw weren't beer cubs. So
I was just saying that. Sometimes I just say things.
yeah, I've noticed.
And
I'm just
Nosferatu is and like
it's a clown. It's a type of vampire. There's different type, and that one specifically is not one you see. To sum it up, is not one you see in the human world because you see them and you instantly know there's something wrong. They
Yeah,
don't look human. They're
they really
disfigured. They're disgusting.
and so they hide.
They hide, yeah, in the sewer in the night and stuff like that. I mean, we hide in the night too. Storyteller, I do have.
Hmm.
It's not that I have a confusion, but like what the prince said was to Ripley and he did say we had to find the progeny, which is Dee,
Well, he said he had to find the child. He was only aware of
the
one
child.
child being created. You seem to have found evidence of three children being created.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
so we
these
can.
two
Okay,
college twins.
it's more of the. I was wondering if sharing the information in front of Dee was a.
Well, that's entirely your role playing choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it. So basically, okay, there's a world politics around the kindred wars and things like that. We're gonna skip that. We don't have time. But there's a thing. There's a person where how can I say Nosferatu? Uh, we might be looking for, and that green thing we see there kind of remind me of that person we're looking for in a way. So I feel I replayed that is the sheriff, perhaps. I don't know what
Yeah,
you think. If the fact that like there's two Nosferatu that were clawing in the house and the sheriff, blah blah blah. I feel like this it kind of link up really nicely, don't you? Don't you
yep,
think? Sorry.
definitely. Yeah, I think the sheriff is the guy in the mask. I think he grabbed two people and turned them into vampires, and that's not great.
That's more than we expected. Hmm.
Okay, so you know that he comes back here, right? Like it looks like he stays here sometimes. I don't know that we want to be here when he comes back. I feel like that might be something that we should just tell
Oh,
the
it will kill
prince.
us. It will kill
Yeah,
us if we stay here.
that was kind of the whole worry was that, somebody who's doing something they shouldn't, the person responsible, the person behind it would be too powerful for us to deal with, right? So I kind of feel like he falls into that category. So maybe we should leave from here, but we need to find those two kids, right?
Yes, but how is the question?
And what's going on with this gang, right?
Yeah, like I'm not 100% sure if the gang's connected to this Nosferatu, as you call them.
I mean, it would be uh, both super convenient and super scary if they were. Um, because if, say, he was like kind of, you know, more in charge of them, that would be, well, that would be something. I don't know. Uh, we need to find these kids. How do we find the kids? That's what we need to focus on.
I'll be honest,
Mm.
I'm definitely the Nosferatu sheriff, whatever he is. I'm definitely. I feel like this is the guy who I'm looking for, but if you're thinking whatever his kids or something are kind of like a pathway to that, I'll come along.
Well, I mean, it looks like this is the place where he stays, right?
Hmm.
But um, Pull your mask back up. I hate to break it to you, but you don't look like a rat with, a wasting disease or anything. You look pretty okay to me. So,
He pats his face. Thank you.
just saying.
Hmm.
That probably means that if something bad happened to you and you're trying to find out who did it, then maybe that wasn't the guy.
All right. I'll take your word for it since you two seem to know a lot about this stuff.
I mean, I don't know if it's instantaneous. I kind of assume so. We're not exactly,
Okay, Carla, I will say with your role, you know that the Nosferatu embrace, it's over a period of a week that the changes happened, that the deformities to the skin and all that.
It can be that Nosferatu change takes up to a week something, and it's not instantaneous, so
Oh, okay.
we can
So,
yeah. It's not, and it's extremely painful and all that. It's not yeah. The deformities and all that don't pop up overnight. Basically, it's a
gotcha.
slow and painful transformation.
All right, all right.
So, not 100% sure, but I mean, if you aren't, you know, in pain right now, specifically, other than,
I'm feeling pretty good actually. But yeah, let's look for these two college students because I don't know, maybe they were there when I was turned or something.
yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. Maybe somebody here knows something. It seems like this guy probably does, but if he's not here right now, finding them might be easier, and maybe they can find him. We've got a time frame of working here. You realize that, right?
All right, you begin to hear sounds outside. It sounds like fireworks.
Sure. Do we know if that's like a feature of the parade?
Oh, definitely.
Okay. Hey, I could have been dancing this whole time.
And then you hear in what sounds like a megaphone, you hear unveiling ceremony, unveiling ceremony. It just keeps repeating as the fireworks are popping off.
What are they
Oh
unveiling?
no.
Well, that you don't know. You just hear the words.
Is
It's
that when
ceremony.
everybody takes off their masks?
And furthermore, you hear angel and devil is being loudly chanted by the crowd. Seem quite excited. It's so loud that all the people, the mass of people, the sound is coming to you in the old city.
Hmm.
Do we need to get back to the parade?
Yeah, what makes how much do you want to bet that's a coincidence, huh?
Yeah, right.
I don't believe in coincidence. That's why I'm often wrong about things, but I'm wrong confidently.
And when you say you don't believe in coincidences, I pull out my pistol and I cock it and I say,
All
neither do I.
Let's get outside and see what's actually happening.
right, as Ripley steps outside, yeah, there's a very fanciful fireworks display that is making the nightlight very bright. You do hear the crowd even louder as you step outside. They're just unveiling ceremony on the megaphone, and the crowd is answering with angel and devil. It's not clear you can't actually see anything, but you can hear this very loudly.
Okay, so the police have made a cordon so you can't just like walk back out to where the parade is and whatnot in the rest of the city, but can we get
Well,
up into
that's what they
one of
told you,
those?
but
Right.
it's the only way in and out of the old cities. They've cordoned most of or blocked most of it off with the concrete wall and such.
Can we get up into like a building that's along that path and something where we can get a vantage point and see?
I would say no, because the concrete wall is pretty much blocked all the sides where the windows will look out into the street.
Oh gosh. So rather than do anything with this whole part of the city, they just built a whole concrete wall.
Yeah, I think maybe
Gotcha.
you just now realize they pretty much just blocked it off. They just hide their ugliness.
Stealing.
Maybe now you have a better point of view to see the world for what it is.
Oh crap, Carla, I think we may need to get back over there.
Yeah, that sounds like the only pen we have actually.
I mean, if you were, young and hungry, where would you go? Obvious, right? Where all the people are.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the parrot sounds like the best idea for that, Ripley.
Okay, we're gonna have to, practice a little self-control though, because we don't want to be the problem we're trying to stop, right?
Yeah, but maybe with all the commotion, we should be fine. I mean, there has to be some dark corner and things like that, so just have to be careful, as you say.
All right. This is sounding better and better. With a giant grin, that means that is like an absolute lie.
Okay. Are you ready to face the parade, or is there anything else you'd like to do?
Okay, I'm ready.
Ready.
Okay, you make your way back up to that area where the homeless people are, where you can see the police cordon it off. Seems like they've left already. So you were able to make you pass there without any problem. It is getting rather late in the night. We'll set it at 4 a.m. And yeah, you hear the megaphone, you hear unveiling ceremony, you hear angel and devil, and you arrive just in time to see the final float in the line. 13 torches are stuck to the side of what looks to be a stereotypical recreation of heaven. In the artificial scene of paradise are two figures. One is dressed in a white cloak wearing an angel's mask, and the other in a black cloak wearing a devil's mask. As the float passes by the parade avenue, the two figures begin to jerk in odd ways. Their movements are very strange. As they move forward, they reveal their hands, which they have claw-like fingernails. They tear their robes off, but they leave their mask on. They both appear to be males that have gray, decaying skin. Their abdomens are caved in. The angel has what looks like to be fractured bones breaking through the skin of his arms, and the devil's skin looks to be completely missing in random patches throughout his body, showing the red veins underneath. They lumber forth in odd movements. They pull their mask up just enough to reveal what are clearly fangs. They pause for a second and they dive headfirst into the crowd by the balloon artist stand. They both land on a man that was holding a balloon poodle. His eyes roll to the back of his head as his throat is torn out from both sides. As they are finished feeding the angel and the devil, they turn back and look out to the crowd and they lock their hungry eyes upon them. Everyone begins to run in fear, realizing this is not part of the act. And I will leave you to deal with this how you wish.
Damn, that's not a good situation. Oh my god.
I'm guessing these are the Nosferatu you guys are talking about.
Yeah, stop them.
As you say above the screams of the crowd. You're calm, or not?
Yeah, I, I'm wrong.
Do you attempt to combat them or do you walk away?
I feel like I'm gonna, try to get up, tackle one of them, put the gun against the back of their head and shoot.
All right, we'll say you have to fight your way through the crowd, so you're not going to be able to get right up to it. You'll have to shoot from where you're at.
Can I shoot at them without danger of hitting humans?
Only if you don't fail. You're in a sea of people running about wildly.
Yeah, not interested in doing that immediately then. So I would be trying to fight my way through there.
However, I will point out, I did have some prompts to point out to people. You can do creative things in combat in this. You don't have to be combat. You do have the ability to sway the crowd. I think you have leadership ability. You have the supernatural ability to make people listen to you with your all. See if that sparks any ideas in your head.
I mean, I just feel like it's too many people for us to probably cover this up. Am I wrong?
Well, I'm not thinking about covering it up. I'm thinking about turning the crowd on them. The masquerade has been clearly broken. There are cameras. People were watching. This parade is it's filmed and the world is viewing. There's two vampires just two guys throw it out.
I'm looking at my discipline, but there's nothing good enough for such a crowd.
I know that was more to Ripley. It was all the social abilities.
Yeah, for me, I'm stuck too. So
let's see, what does Carla do? Most of this stuff is, yeah, I don't think Carla really has too much. Actually, you do have Silence of Death, but Carla could conceivably do a stealth roll where she can get away with getting through the crowd because she's very quiet when she stealths, so they're that disciplined. But yeah, once you get to the person, the two, that's a whole other matter. What are you gonna do? I'll say you think you could sneak up if you're successful and you can make one action without an opposed roll.
Yeah, the situation is overwhelming, so
it was meant to be.
I'm wondering what I could do, even if I sneak up. Like, it's the crowd that needs to be, like, yeah, the two vampire needs to be controlled, but the crowd needs to forget also what they saw.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's pretty clear. There's no covering this up because it went on TV. That'll be for people that are way more powerful than you to deal with.
So the best would be to kill the vampire anyway.
Yep,
right?
You would either kill them, drive them off, or just leave. It's over your head.
Okay. we have to at least get rid of the vampire because that was we were given. So how would I play that out?
I would say if you sneak up, you can make one free attack, or you just roll and they'll take the margin of how much damage you do. You have what?
Okay.
You either have a pistol or a crossbow, depending on what you take from them.
Okay, I'm gonna sneak up and try to get one.
Okay, so to make your way through the crowd, because you have the silence of death, I will take dexterity plus stealth. I will make it difficulty 3, so likely you will need a rouse.
2 and stealth. Yeah, but if I get a rouse, I'm gonna get hunger 4. Oh my
Okay,
god.
and if you get hunger 4, you will face the hunger frenzy in the crowd.
Okay. Oh my god.
And there is
I'm
blood.
gonna try without.
Okay.
Do I have to rouse? No, it's not mandatory, right?
If you're gonna rouse, I would prefer it up front. I only allowed the
I'm
reroll because,
not.
just showing off how the
I'm
system
not.
works.
I'm not gonna rouse.
Okay, that would be
Because
difficulty
there's
3
too
then.
much people. So I have 2 dexterity, 1 stealth, so 3.
Yeah, your pull was 3, the difficulty is 3.
Well, no surprise here.
You want to? I mean, you might as well try to reroll with your willpower, because you're gonna get all the willpower back at the end of the session, anyways.
Okay. Willpower. Okay.
Doesn't it just say willpower roll? Oh, it's all hunger dice. My bad. Never mind. Never mind. I apologize. This is your 3 hunger.
Yeah.
Okay, cannot reroll hunger dice. So no. Carla, you see Carla attempt to use her stealthiness to get through, but maybe she gets elbowed by a couple of the fleeing crowd and just knocks her off her path, and she's unable to get through.
I'm gonna try to use some presence to get people to like part way from me, just so I can get through.
Okay.
Talking to people like you do.
Well, I'll withdraw all the attention towards you. You would need Dawn to make them afraid.
I'm not trying to make them afraid. I'm trying to be like, hey, guys, eyes on me.
Okay.
Get out of the way. Let me through.
If you want to get through, yeah, basically I'll give you the same thing Carla did. You get a free action if you pull this off. That would be definitely leadership and guess leadership and charisma. So you're just straight getting their attention.
Yeah. All right. So
I will make the same difficulty 3.
would this fall under team dynamics? Trying to get people to work together.
Well, you didn't give them a goal. You just want them to get out of the way.
I'm trying to get them to part and get to safety. So that's what I'm saying to them.
Yeah, I'll allow it, I guess. Team dynamics is really like it's really wishy-washy because it's a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just allow it. It's fine. We'll get the
Right.
that gives you what, 6 dice.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
So difficulty is 3. You can auto succeed and they will part for you, or you can get a margin of 1 and they will part for the whole party. How about that? If you roll it, if you get a margin of 1.
Okay, I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. Here goes.
Okay.
You can do it. Fighting.
Margin of 1.
Yay!
All right. Ripley calls upon their supernatural ability to command people or get their attention, I suppose, which then, yeah, they part almost like they're at the biblical Red Sea in front of you. And Carla, unfortunately, was already knocked around. So you get 1 free action well, that'll be next turn, we'll say. But that does free up Dee to do something. Dee, you have a clear shot if you want to take it, or you can melee, you can do whatever you like, but they are too distracted to oppose you on this first round. There's an angel and a devil.
And the angel's the one that's attacking the balloon man, right?
Oh, they both attacked him at the same time, and they each ripped off a part of his neck and fed off of him.
Okay.
Now they're around for more. That's why they're distracted, because they're hunting down for more.
I'm thinking, everyone, of going into melee and maybe I guess, does it make sense to try and
I would say it makes more sense to shoot because you don't have a melee weapon.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I'll go
But I
ahead and
mean, you can also try to grapple it, I suppose. But then the question remains, what do you do after that?
Yeah. No, I'll shoot.
Okay. Is it your pistol or your crossbow? I mean, those do the same damage mechanically, but
Pistol, I guess, because I think it's less weird to shoot a pistol.
yeah, I think it would make sense to you why they have crossbows yet. Maybe it hasn't clicked. Okay, so you were firing in a crowd. That would be wait, what did we say earlier? It was composure plus firearms. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The crowd parts and you are given a clear shot.
Okay, so just pool, right?
Yeah. Just roll your pool. We'll go with successes, make your margins. So you did 3 damage because you have 3 margins, and then yes, we'll go with 3. So yeah. 3 successes plus 2 means 5 damage. Who did you shoot at?
I shot at the angel.
Okay. I actually have character sheets for these guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. We'll say you shot him right in the back of the head. They're still standing, but it looks like part of their head was blown off. You see like a huge chunk out of the top of their head. All right. That'll get us to round 2. The Carla, the crowd has parted. You can do something.
Okay. Nerdy days. I'm gonna finish him. Try to finish him.
All right. You level your crossbow. That will be composure plus firearms.
Composure, yes, 3 and fire. Where are you?
And I will say
wait.
I'm gonna roll for them for athletics plus dexterity. All right. 1, 2, 3. They have 4 successes as they see the second shot coming.
So difficulty.
There's
How
no
much? Or is
there's no
okay?
difficulty. It's opposed roll.
Okay.
3. They have 4, so they saw your bolt coming, and as if they're getting shot, they're aware that somebody's after them, and luckily nobody's in the way, so you cannot hit anybody. But yeah, they were right in front of the balloon stand. Yeah, your bolt just pops the balloon as it goes, shoots through it.
I mean, at least I shot something, but that wasn't what I planned.
You killed the balloon poodle, but the angel remains alive.
No, not the bone poodle.
All right. Yeah, the range people go first. The D.
Yeah, I guess I'll try and finish off the angel.
Okay, and Ripley, what are you doing?
I'm gonna, I guess, attack the devil then.
Because it's technically supposed to ask what everyone does at once, then we cinematically do it. I forgot. Carla went first by accident, but oh well. So D is going to shoot at the angel, and Ripley will go after the devil. You're just going to fire. Okay. The angel will have a penalty. Yeah, it has a penalty of 1 for trying to do it twice, I think. Yeah, that's how it works. So roll your firearms for both of you.
And what is the
Composure plus firearms.
composure?
So we're just in a straight up gunfight at this point.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be really, really good.
Okay. So 2 successes for yeah, he rolled 1 success, so he did 1 damage plus 2.
So
All
if
right.
I have 3 hunger, does that mean I still end up rolling 3 dice on a thing that I don't have 3 dice in, or?
You're just supposed to roll your firearms plus your composure.
I have 1 die.
Okay, that's all you have, yeah.
Okay.
It'll just be 1 hunger die. So unless this person catastrophically fails.
No.
All right. So the angel rolled a 1, you rolled a 2. So you've done 3 damage. So the pistol cracks out again, hits it on the other side of the head. The other part of the head blows off and it falls to his knees. It is not moving anymore. Oh my god, that's not good.
Yeah, I know.
And yeah, they would have 6 dice they are dodging. So the devil was not shot at. And we have 3 successes, so they easily get out of the way of your pistol shot. I'm not sure what you're firing. At least a failure. Yeah, you miss. And this angers the beast inside of you. You gain 1 hunger point.
Okay. That puts me at 4.
Okay. And you need to face the hunger frenzy. As there was blood all around you. Okay, sight of an open wound. So it's difficulty 2. Make your
Willpower plus 1/3 humanity.
all right, so it's your current willpower plus 3.
Okay.
Difficulty is 2, and yeah, you have to roll it. You can't get auto success on this.
And do I include the hunger dice?
Nope.
Okay.
It's just a straight roll too. It's just your pull. Okay.
I made it.
The beast rises up as you push it back down. In control of yourself. Okay, that was everybody. Now we will say after the angel went down, the devil is running around in confusion and it's angry and it's going to flee. I will give you can let it go or you can all take attack on it and see if you finish it off.
I'm attacking.
Yeah, I attack too.
Same thing.
Okay. It locks eyes at you and it sees you all pull up your firearms once more. I just rolled your firearms. It's going to you will get a all right, we'll say Carla shoots at it first, just say some sort of Carla gets 3 successes. It rolled a 2. It takes 3 damage. Carla hits it hits it the shoulder with the crossbow bolt. And then we have all right, here's the next shooter. I guess we'll make it Ripley.
Okay.
Yeah. Gotta roll a 5 though.
That's a fail. I missed.
All right. It rolled a 2 anyways, so. And then finally, if your shot goes wide, can you finish it off, D? Or does it escape into the dice?
Okay.
This dice goes down one more to 4. It has 4 successes.
Is that something you can use willpower on? I guess not, because it's a combat roll, huh?
Oh, you definitely can, but you would have to get all 3 successes to hit. It's up to you if you want to roll willpower or not. I guess there's no point not to.
Yeah, I'll reroll.
2, no. You attempt your shot would have hit it, but it dodged out of the way. It escapes into the crowd that's fleeing, and it goes down the parade avenue, disappears from sight, leaving you there as the crowd begins to part. The parade is ended, and the final float as it rolled by. Now, what is your plan for now?
Well, we're kind of in some deep shit right now. I guess in a way we have to tell the prince, even though I'm sure he knows already.
Okay. And what do you do with the body? 'Cause it's in torpor. It's not actually dead,
Mm.
which you would know, Carla.
Yeah, we need to make it dead.
What time
Well, we
is
gotta-
it again, Z?
It is 4 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, so the sun sounds like a good final. We need to get it off there first. We need to kill it. Oh my god. It's overwhelming actually. That was too much
I
information.
suggest we drag this body off right now
Yeah.
to somewhere it won't be seen, and then deal with it.
Okay.
How far are we? I know it's a question of Western, but how far are we from the house that was a safe space? Safe house.
You were in the Parade Avenue that was right before that alleyway that led down into the old city. It wouldn't take very long to get back down in there.
I'm suggesting that place then.
Yeah.
First of all, we can like get it off the street where humans are. I mean, they all freaked out, and we can also be safe for the upcoming days because there's like only 2 hours, 3. Yeah, sunrise 7 a.m. 3.
Yeah, and the
hours,
truth
so.
is, we know they were there before, so
Yep.
it's entirely possible that one actually retreated back there.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. I didn't think of it, but yeah.
All right, let's get this body right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you bring it back into the old city. That's where it began. It seems where it's going to end. You dump the body into, I don't know, Shirishman, you wanted to, is it the home on the west or on the east?
The one in the east where they were. when
Okay,
they
you
were
want to bring it back
attacked. Yeah,
bring it back where they were, it was embraced or was
Yeah.
left.
kind of curious to see if the other one is there hiding.
Okay, you enter in and no, it is not there.
So yeah.
Well, bad news to bring to the prince, but what can we do so close to the sunrise, actually?
Well, we need to finish this one off right now.
This one, yes. For the other one, we'll have to see next night, I think. If they plan to survive, they will probably be hiding as well. So I guess we do have a few hours, but yeah. We finish this one off. We sleep it off, and then Prince, I guess. Prince and consequences.
All right, so how are you finishing off this Torford kindred?
Is there a way to stake it outside of the house so when the sunrise it turns into ashes?
Yep, you can do that.
Well, I suggest that then because the ashes will fly away and no proof of anything, at least for that one.
All right, everyone good with this plan?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine with me.
All right, you 3 dump the body out into the ground. You wait for I guess you would have a 3-hour wait. Maybe you have some little chatter about your new life. And just as the sun begins to rise, you see the body begin to burn just as you fall into the death-like sleep that claims the kindred when the sun rises. And then yeah, the new night rises. It is 7 p.m. All 3 of you wake up.
Okay, let's not beat around the bush. We have a crazy vampire on flea, but we have to tell the prince first. At least tell him that one is gone and dusted, but the other one is still on the run. However,
Yes, you do have a complication standing next to you.
yep, I was thinking about that right now.
I'm just standing there smiling.
Yeah, you have no clue what's going
yeah,
on.
it came back to mind like, oh yeah, we have 3 of them. One is dead, one is on the run. The other one, the other one is with us.
Yeah, dude, it'd be strange. You it was like it was just blackness, and like 1 second later it was day it was nighttime again. The day went by in a blink of an eye. It wasn't sleep. It was like you were dead and you came back to life.
I'm just taking it all in stride at this point.
It is what it is. um, my
Oh,
take on this is that if we manage to tell the prince that Dee helped us track down the two others and that he managed to be a good kindred for his first night, perhaps he will be, how should I say, should clement, like it should be, you should let him live, if we can say live. Because I feel like if we let the run, it's just pushing back the issue. The prince is gonna send us back to get you, is
yeah.
what I mean. And if not us, someone else.
Yeah, so Dee, here's the situation. Um, According to, the current law of things and the way things are done, you should be dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
We were sent to kill you, to be frank.
well, we were sent to kill, you know, unlawful young vampires
Mm-hmm.
created and dumped in this area of the city tonight
And you
because
won.
there was
Of
some
them.
rumor that that was happening. Now, I made the point that that's not any of y'all's fault, and the prince was not all that amenable to making exceptions. However, clearly there's a lot more going on here than we knew about. It seems like the ousted, former sheriff of the city, of the vampires, uh, got, a bug up his butt about how he was treated and decided to, break all of the everything, right? Like you saw what happened, and that was not good. And you were trying to help, so but I'm not going to say that you will be safe if you come with us. Um, Either way, I'd try to advocate for you, but I don't know if you want to be there to advocate for yourself. I feel like that would probably be for the best if we were to ever have a good outcome.
Yeah,
But
I'll
I don't
come.
know, he might just, might just kill you. I can't guarantee your safety, is the point.
After this night, I already kind of feel a little dead, so screw it. I'm all the cards on the table. I'll come with you and plead my case.
Yeah,
Do
that I feel like this is the best to do as a unlawful newborn. Show that you did your best to save the Camarilla. Oh, and help other kindred. So,
Yeah, and the other
shall we
thing
go?
is,
Yeah,
we
go
don't
ahead.
know who your maker was, um,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
it's possible that maybe with your help, we could get somebody who knows to tell us.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay, let's go.
All right. We make our way back downtown to the Capside News Network Now building. Neil looks at you all. He kind of, you can see a little frustration in his face. Something probably bothering him, and he lets you up, and you go in front of the prince. I can skip. I don't want to make it take too long. We'll skip. We'll say that you info dump that stuff to him, and he looks at you, and he kind of just puts his hands together and is like, well, as I said, I thought there was only one. Clearly, I was misinformed, but I saw two Nosferatu, and you were saying that this must be Rex Baker. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're pretty darn sure.
Well, that clearly he's getting back at the Camarilla by breaking the masquerade in front of everyone. This is his revenge. There will
I don't
be
suppose there was any way you were able to intercept that broadcast.
the people that do this will have their hands busy. That is for sure. They but we do have an advantage as it's Halloween. People wear Halloween costumes. That was, it was just some makeup they were wearing, et cetera, et cetera. It's doable. It'll be, pardon me to be frank, a fucking mess, but it is doable. You've destroyed one of these, correct?
Mm-hmm.
At least one into the night. Well, I did send you to destroy one child as you did that, so that part is fine. There will be nothing will come down on your heads. We do have a problem with this person over here, and he turns and looks at Dee. Now, by the laws of the Camarilla, you must be destroyed. Do you? I guess we'll start with this first before I make my decision. What do you think of your new existence? Let me get the read of your character before I decide.
At this point, Dee gets on his knees and he says, whether I live or die doesn't matter to me. Uh, the only thing that I ask is that I have a chance to find and kill the person that is responsible for creating me.
Okay. Here's what we'll do. As I said to both Ripley and Carla earlier, obviously my generosity is a tax. I can't do anything. I can't make any more allowances. What I suggest you would do, this is your new anarch friend. He's one of your anarchs. He was in the area. He helped you.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And then perhaps as time goes on, he can join us proper, but I simply can't do it now. There's too much pressure. It might end to you all being destroyed. And I realize, young man, you have no idea what an anarch is, but that's fine. They were both anarchs once. They can let you in on what's going on. We'll say that your sire was someone who bitch. We just go with the truth. You were dumped and left in a back alley. That's what you can tell your anarch friends. You have no idea. Perhaps you will find sympathetic voices there. And yes, there will be plenty of opportunity to find who did this to you, as they are one of our problems now. And he rubs his forehead. We have so many new problems tonight. For what it's worth, I do appreciate your service to the Camarilla, and I guess whatever I can thank you. There, is that good?
Yes, that works for me.
Thank you, oh most gracious prince.
Oh,
Seriously, I appreciate it. Like, this is legit for once. Total appreciation.
yes, there'll be many interesting nights ahead of us, he says, as we will let that remark end the scenario. Thanks for playing, everyone.